Wait, I looked away during the replay.
A huge bolster, a huge boost to the Liquid economy. This is
a huge
far
bolster.
worse than just losing the pistol.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, yeah. If Serial won that clutch, that we would be in a better reality for FNC right now. This is looking pretty
FNC,
bad for
going for the
Fnatic.
Depop.
One rifle in the hands of Alpha.
5-man
the rest
Depop?
on pistols.
Yeah.
And again, a passive play.
Wait, no, sorry. It's Liquid going for a Depop. I'm tripping.
Sorry, on the sides. It was aggression down mid as they attempt to take control. Alpha here is going to be alone with that rifle on the flank.
Satchel up or no?
Players that are defending, that are up in heaven, they don't really
That's bad
stand a
observing.
chance.
It's okay, though.
And Alpha goes running into Nats, holding his back with
That's
an
unlucky.
Alpha. It's a disgusting
I gotta
play,
stop talking to the
but one
observers.
that will drop that rifle early on.
I keep saying it.
Now the goal is just to try and get it back. Nats has almost definitely heard players running or attempting to run through the snakebite just to retrieve that gun.
Should I get ice cream on my brownies?
Question now is, yeah, I think
bro,
they
what
just
are we
posted to
talking
save.
about, bro?
A good choice. So you want to make sure that financially you're coming in with a decent buy in the next round, and he's the one who would most
we get a
likely
fucking
suffer
salad
for the
going,
rest.
J-Nam,
It just
no?
comes down to trying to clear
Good
up some of
brownies
these
after
kills
brownies,
as well.
day after day,
Two
dude.
players in the
Brownies,
corner rather
burgers,
than the
pizza,
one.
wings.
Hey,
How about a
Crashies has
fucking
done very
salad,
well
dog?
from that. At least made it a little
He
bit
keeps
more
saying
costly.
he's bulking, but when's the
Garnered
cut?
an extra few orbs, but ultimately 3 players will survive for the side of Liquid. And that one hero rifle will be kept for Boaster.
A brownie a day keeps the depression away.
His best impression
That's
of
fair.
Tech at this point. He is nice and
Can't knock
passive
on
with
that.
that rifle. They need it for the next passive tech. I like what you did there, Tom.
Watch the fucking game, you dog. Who you calling a
9-6
dog?
for Team Liquid, big boost in the early half. We thought Fnatic could have closed the gap, but they weren't quite able to make it up to neck and neck, and now trailing by 3.
Who's that?
A big challenge for this defensive side. An operator pulled out early on, and a loss in this round is a step further away from that international appearance. This is a squad that we've seen win many internationals, chain them together even at times, but last year only playing 2 games at a Masters event. No guarantee that they'll see any.
No surprise. Oh, Prowler didn't catch. Prowler didn't catch. It looked like it was a free kill for Kayak, but it's not going to land. That was a let-off for Liquid. That Prowler not quite clearing the angle. It was basically the goal to clear.
A tough defense? Sorry. I keep confusing the fucking teams right now.
Has taken quite a bit of damage elsewhere. So
we got Liquid Fnatic.
early round.
Yeah.
Definitely
Who
slightly
you got
in the
here?
favor.
Do you know these teams? I don't know them that well
Now
either.
the B main push. There's 2 players waiting on the other side. Pop Flash with Heaven already being claimed. Fnatic have taken an awful lot of ground, and actually it's Alpha that wins that first battle. In fact, they're winning the majority, clearing out that backline. I think the others have already been spotted. Kiko
what, Abe? Not that Abe from chat. I have a mod named Abe as well, but no, that's not
to win the fight.
It's different Abe.
Man standing. Nats.
30 seconds left.
No spike. Not much
We
HP.
do have a second Abe.
Probably just going to hold on to the gun.
He's been a long mod, 10 years though. 10 years.
Better off running with full health,
I don't
shields,
think
and
he's here right now.
a few more teammates around you. Fnatic, this is exactly what they needed. Loss in this round, as I said, this would be the final domino already put into play. Instead a chance to climb right back up. The problem is Team Liquid, they may have had a few stumbles, but they've had answers to a lot of the problems that Fnatic are putting up for them.
Why is my chat mean?
I say as well that I like the
I know they have like a
Fnatic in that round. Like they spot
get off at roasting
players waiting around B main. I am surprised
how
well it
went. I guess. Nah, I talk
because
shit back sometimes.
When you have that
but
sort of
I'm
Heaven
kind of tired. I don't got it in me.
you have players
There's too
pushing
many
B
of
main
them.
at the same time, and you have 3 and they have 5. You kind of look
Just
at that.
want you to focus on the game. You focus on the game, bro. I'm chilling.
But they managed to win out the majority of the fights.
I don't even know what I'm rooting for here. Who are you rooting for between these two? Just pick one.
A solid round from them. A clean one again, and that has been the story of a lot of the rounds they've won. They've been squeaky clean. For now, though, back into the round. Kayak now looking to challenge in towards middle with that operator. It's not exactly
it's a
the angle
50-50,
I hold
honestly.
it in.
I would say it's 50-50 match. Nah.
Maybe just trying to sell the ultimate ruse. Yeah, okay.
I would say Fnatic probably has more people cheering for them, but the matchup is even.
Just pushed his way up, caught his timing on
Yeah.
A. Should be something they're aware of, but I see
Hey,
a
you
gate
guys can't
crash
hear him?
going towards
I
it,
like
and he
this
will
spot.
be right on the cusp of
I
it.
don't think they have any idea.
Just a moment. I don't think they do.
Yeah, he's got a timing.
Spot on with that. And the play
He's got a
coming
big
through
timing.
vents will send players back
The
in that
leaf lurk.
direction. If they're
The leaf
spotted, oh,
lurk.
this is it.
They know.
That's walking up.
Oh,
They're
was he
looking the right
ropes?
way, and
I
he
think he was
actually
looking
gets
ropes,
one
though.
before
I don't
going
know.
down.
Damn.
Luckily, Crashies
Maybe not, though. They
spotting
might have
that
known.
area too, but the pressure on now. Rotate in from Kayak. Opposite
what a kill.
play.
Crashies
And
get out.
Crashies
They
stays
don't.
aggressive. That's a great play to get them the advantage.
He's connected.
They know all three are there.
Of the remaining players.
This should be
Crashies is
easy
just
hold.
maybe won them around individually. He's bought time
Out
for
of
the
here?
remainder to rotate
All right, sounds
in.
good, man.
Stuns, gravity
Later.
wells being thrown through
30
to slow
seconds
Liquid
left.
further. And now the clock coming up to just 25 seconds left for them to try and make a move. Liquid need
20
to
seconds,
get
hello?
into this site.
Liquid doing
And
Fnatic
in fact,
cosplay.
they teleported almost
Vibe.
directly onto an opponent. The swing doesn't quite work out though. Crashies still standing, and Serial once again left to try and clutch things out. But let's be honest, I don't think there's any world in which he manages to get this done, especially now. The time
I mean, the fact
already
that they
gone.
traded
Crashies,
the
first point of
kill on
contact,
Nats,
and he's gonna close
and then
out as
Crashies
well.
got one and
What
got
a
out.
round from him.
Phenomenal defense.
Sweaty
from
ass
Crashies,
fucking game, bro.
a
It's like
four-piece pickup,
so
and
textbook
now
from
just
both
one
sides.
round between them. This is what we want to
Crashies
see.
clutched up, yeah.
Some of these factors coming online for Fnatic, slowing down
Qualification,
as well.
to be fair.
Over on the other side for Team
Crashies
Liquid, and
definitely
this was
clutched
a round with a lot of
The
danger.
trade
with
and the
Nats
kill and the
lurking
exit
up
and the
behind them,
fatal
finding that fantastic
play.
position and what could have, and for many teams,
Oh, yeah,
would have
Blasco
been
too.
two players
They got
dropping
four.
in heaven, a sight lost, and a round gone down the drain.
It's his re-aggression as well. He realizes, okay,
Getting him in.
if he's behind,
Fuck
they're going to
this.
pincer me. So I need to take a fight on one front, gets a kill, gets back to the site, then catches everybody with the Nightfall. Like, that was a one-man army. Like, without him in that round, if he's the person that gets shot, I think they still lose. Like, I think Althea gets traded out. He doesn't have the util to do what he just did. So, honestly, that is a full-on Crashies round and an immediate pause call for Liquid.
Winners in
because
Toronto, yes.
we've seen it before already. As said, Fracture coming
NA
up later.
carrying EU.
There was a map where I distinctly
I've said
remember
this so many
the
times before, but
Crashies
it's so
tail.
interesting
He
to
just won it
see
almost
how in
individually. Like,
Valorant,
he was the only
it's
person
NA
positive on the
players
whole
getting
team
imported
by
to
quite a
EU,
bit, so you don't want
where in
this guy to
CS
get
it was
going.
always the other way
With
around.
the re-aggression as well from
It's
Crashies,
just
there was
like-
a little bit of a
I don't know.
fail-safe in having Kayak already there.
Yeah.
But with an operator in Elbow,
interesting.
he's going to be overwhelmed by the numbers. If Crashies doesn't get
Is
that
it only
kill,
Koala
it
and
could have fallen
Crashies
apart.
left?
But he's
Has
able
everyone
to
else
get
come
out.
back?
And not just
Because
that,
Forrest
Poster
is
popping
now
the smoke
on
gives
break
him
as
that little
well.
bit of a safe haven. So as his
I
opponents
don't know who
swing
else
in
is
to
from
trade
NA
out their
and
fallen comrade,
EU.
there's a star in the way.
Oh,
They can't see
Flya,
through
that's
that
right, that's
smoke.
3 players.
Crashies is able to reset, ultimately getting
Sad
all
hack.
four
Yeah, if you
to
count
close it out.
America's.
8 on the board for Fnatic. They've been one
yeah.
behind before, and that's where Team Liquid
Sadak and Less.
leapt.
Yeah,
into the lead.
America's.
Straight after a pause. It was the
That's
pause
fair.
that immediately turned the tide for
What
Liquid.
the
And well,
fuck?
it is a pace change. They've been very good at these sort of low by faster pace rounds. Whoa!
Oh my god.
From hero to zero. A lot of util thrown in onto Crashies there, and it's actually going to be the opener.
Notice,
like 5 HP. Well, he's gone.
Wow.
In fact, another's gone.
Alphayear stepping up when he's needed. Kayak
Hold
pulls
on,
it
I'll
back
save
into
this
their
sec.
favor, and again, weaknesses are there. Serial's
Was this
only
a
got
half
himself
buy?
a pistol
I
to
think it was a
run
half buy,
it
yeah.
alive, but it's not.
Big
He's
Euro
been
roll.
here before, but now he's been spotted. They definitely have a read on his position.
Wow.
He'll still win the fight. They've been isolated because of that ultimate. Serial coming up into heaven, but Nats has
That's
been
big.
spotted out by Kayak. The site control theirs. Although the star will
Fuck
buy a little
this.
bit of time. In fact, it,
Serial.
it doesn't quite catch them.
Brother!
Oh, it's a bit of a disaster. Either way, Chronicle lands the shot to close the round out, and we are tied up 9-9.
I guess a bit of an unorthodox plant, maybe not one of the positions you're normally going to put it in, and that has just gone, well, tits up, I would say, for Serial. Obviously, he's been left in a scenario that was unfortunate, but even still, they managed to make that one competitive. 9-9. Fnatic climbing back to level
You have
once
to guess
again,
which
but
side
this
to
is where
select
the
'cause it
rivals
wasn't in a
come in. This is
corner?
where I kind of expect the pause to have
Is that
had
true?
its effect. A fair few ultimates ready. And already, Alpha,
Wow.
he basically just had to shoot down at his own feet, but that is Camo gone seconds into the round.
Yeah, hand delivered, the Prowler goes up, and when it doesn't get contact, they think that the space is free, but what a nasty surprise it is as you hear
Speaking
that
of
voice
nasty
line delivered.
surprises.
Oh, this is
The
big.
rocket
This is a
fired
big
in.
hold.
2 players down below. They've got a trap set and
Wait,
sprung
was he alone?
with the
There was
spike
one player
now
there,
under
never
their
mind.
control. It's only
They double
Chronicle
dropped
needed,
and
but
still
he had the
died.
backup, and now they've got the spike to work with for Team Team Liquid.
They also
must
already
have done that
shot to the
wrong.
Chronicle. So Alfio is just the spectator. Serial finally deals with him, and Paraditex found another. Now the spike, as you said, is in a horrible spot, and while with Kayak picking up Serial, it's now left all onto Paddy. Has a lot of utility, Mitch, but
No, this round's
I
cooked.
don't believe in this one.
Fnatic are starting to run with
I
it.
mean, the position's now down on bottom mid. The only thing going for him is they don't know where he's going to come from. They've set up a big swing, but it's for him coming
BO5, BO3.
from the attacker side. He can isolate the first duel, but he's down to 2 HP. Well handled, and Alfier, he knew he'd done damage. Maybe not that much, but confident to go out with the shorty to finish it off. Double digits for Fnatic, and the lead is now theirs.
Especially after the blip in round 2. I definitely got a little bit worried. Like, you get the start you're looking for. You think a lot of teams in that scenario might have ended up demoralized, but it's been a big talking point of Fnatic all year that this is, whether or not you agree this is the best iteration of the roster, this is the best vibes they've ever had. Like, you can see it in every single replay, whether they're winning, whether they're losing. They're having a good time.
Another half buy for Liquid.
One out into the lead on their opponent's map choice. Going into potentially the icebox that we've not seen them play this year. It would be nice.
Is the spot good?
And while the buy is
they're gonna raise ult.
But we witnessed Liquid win around with just a ghost, so who knows?
Catch Kayak. He's safe, and they think the player backside's the one to worry about, but it's Kayak up close.
Nice shot from Kayak. Good from Boaster as well.
Time and a 1v1 that he wins out. Damage done. Players holding, clinging onto life. The nade sends them to the other side. It's Paraditex
that first kill was big.
He won't be alone for long, rejoining his teammates in the spawn as 11 rounds found, and the streak from Fnatic continues. They are looking to put a close to this map, a map that they have chosen against many opponents, but here it's Team Liquid's map pick, and it's not going according to plan.
The only team that beat Liquid so far this year
come on, boys!
was the reigning champions.
2 more to go.
So, you know,
let's see if
Fnatic
Liquid have any fight left. They have 3 ults. Fade ult, Astral Wall, Viper
it's looking
ult.
very good for them. 5 rounds in a row, no pauses anymore. As well
Kayak
for the
is
side of
upping.
Liquid, unless one's called by the
Chronicle
opposing
got
side.
2?
Chronicle again has just stepped up with a
Pushing
double.
A.
An
Look at
aggressive
Crashies,
position
wow.
to say the least, but with
Wow, what a
Nats and
push
Camo gone,
off the info.
It's about as good as it gets. Maybe you would have wanted to take Kiko, and look at the push that's already coming through from Crashies. They have this round sewn up. They know exactly where their opponents are. They've trapped them into the tiniest of boxes.
That's match point
or
here.
maybe
There's no
if
way.
they went vents, there'd be a chance,
They have a
Mitch,
crossfire
they're not
triple.
going vents.
So many things they could have done there, but just
This is
sending
the worst
Alfier to
situation,
swing
bro.
out
He
wide.
said, guys, wait, I'm
on
flanking.
the
Guys,
rafters.
wait for me. Wait, don't
Whether
peek,
that
don't
was a
peek, don't peek. And then
goal or
Alfier
whether he
kills 3.
took his destiny into his own hands, we'll never know. But either way, it works out wonderfully. Alfier heating up on this defensive side. He was put in the dirt early by Kiko, but now it's Kiko who's gone missing. And Fnatic 1 round away with 3 chances to close out this map. Let's not forget, they're defending a title here. They won stage 1 last year. They're looking to do the same this year.
My favorite thing right now is it was mentioned by the desk that this map was a Gambit or mech map. Nats 20 and 14, Chronicle 20 and 12.
Nats is still in Bangkok
both
flanking
playing
with
the
the
same
fuck.
agent, both having high impact rounds. More Chronicle,
Unlucky.
a lot of the time, Mr. Impact has been taken out. Pressure
Overheat.
on the other side.
What?
No way!
Not on
got away
Nats.
with that one.
Not
6
on
HP,
Nats.
styling on
No.
Nats. And what would just about keep that man advantage alive.
No,
Fnatic
no.
have taken B main control.
No.
They lost their...
Nobody going in that direction either.
Oh,
Serial.
fuck. He like tapped him out with the
Another
bulldog, damn.
In the
That's
dirt.
crispy.
Making this into an advantageous position. You wouldn't think it with the way that the round started. But getting into that post spawn, the only thing they have to worry about is main.
Can't believe they lost their pit, and Alpha just goes blast packing through, but he does pay a price. He's down to 6 HP. Makrashi's falling. This round is under threat. They group up Alfier and Kayak. 2 duelists we highlighted coming into this.
That was your favorite cereal?
Alpha's the point of contact.
Any Cocoa
Puff
Puff fan lovers?
Kiko there. Just about misses the ship. Boaster falls. It's looking like this one is already done. Just 6 HP in it. And Alfier, I was going to say, looking to maybe save, but of course they don't really need to, do they? They've got plenty of credits, and it's 12 to 9 or 12 to 10 now. 2 rounds left to play for. Credits there. Ults online. Showstopper for Alpha as well.
Any believers in Liquid?
Of course, a very important round. for the side of Liquid, denying their opponents the victory on their map choice, but
One enemy remaining.
I do feel like there's a moment where you lose that many buy rounds in a row.
More energy, boys. We won the round. Where is energy?
Where is energy?
You get into a position where, sort of as Nats was saying,
where?
It's that revival. It's the revival of the energy, the confidence, the players that we know sit across from Fnatic on the stage. They've been fantastic throughout the season so far. Only a defeat in their first matchup. Other than that, it was clean.
Nah, these coaches are devious, bro. I feel like these guys have everyone's strats.
They might be happy to get given one.
The Fnatic coaches,
decided, you know what?
I guarantee you they have everyone's strats.
We've been performing very well.
Those two will figure it out.
But we do need ourselves one more.
Yeah, 6 in a row.
Those two guys will figure it out.
You called a pause after we've just seen Chronicle.
These guys have 4 notebooks, bro. They have 4 different notebooks. They have worksheets.
I guess there must have been other
they have
problems
fucking
there.
handouts
Maybe
for the
Alpha
players.
With his lunatic playstyle.
It's like a little fucking
also
class.
Just your last chance to, I would say, really have impact. Like you do it when they get one more round. They have the momentum. Maybe they have more ults. You do it now. You go, okay, we're still in the lead. We still have a couple to go. We still have the finances. This is what I've spotted. Let's implement this as soon as possible. And
all right, it's whole time.
I don't think the timing could be any better. The only risk is that you have given one over to Lohan and Yatsen on the other side, who has said they've been impactful with them.
That they have. Team Liquid, you better hope
that
it's the same situation again.
Result.
Because last time it was a closer affair. It was somewhere that they either had control, had the momentum, or it was a tight game. But now it feels like the shoe's on the other foot. It's Fnatic with all the wind in their sails.
Okay, Fnatic have B main.
2 chances to close
These
this
guys are
one
trying
out.
to take mid.
Last time they lost
They now have
fight.
mid
This time they won't even
basically
be
now.
taking it. The
110.
C-Snade put through by space for Camo's
1-3-1.
TP. And now they've got Vents control.
Astral
Little
wall.
to Liquid, no, that's been given up.
So
A much
now
more passive approach from that defensive side because they've
they
pushed
should
up
know
into B
Fnatic
main.
have B
They're
main.
leaving Alpha embedded. Problem is
They
the
don't,
attackers
I
are going either
guess.
way.
They're just going for an A split.
See the immediate rotation though from Chronicle.
I wonder why.
And
I
having
don't
a
know.
fantastic second half. It seems now like they do have the read. Boaster making that move as well. Edging
Do they
ever
clear
closer.
the
With
pocket
40
that Kayak
seconds
is
left,
playing
Liquid
in?
do look to build
Wall
into
up?
the site, which is slowly being stacked up.
Posters here. He's left that gap in
Wait,
heaven.
it's
They're
actually
confident
like
that this is the right
a-
play, and now it's confirmed.
The
Spike
gap
down.
is wide enough so you can
25
peek him, but it's
seconds,
favored
flash
for
out, but it's
defense.
Kayak to fall.
Chronicle?
Chronicle not landing his shots either, and now they're wrapping around the side. He deals with that, or tries to, but Camo
3v4.
with another has opened up this side.
His next
A
skill's
plan
big.
secure,
Razel.
and a Viper's pit to play inside of Alpha Year, though.
Triple.
It's a target-rich environment, and he'll find one as Boaster sprays
fuck,
down
he's
a
in the hole.
double in the elbow. Camo
Wait, what just
out of
happened?
that
Oh my god.
dimension and out of the map. As
Did you?
13 to 10 is locked in.
I think Boaster got 2 kills in the ult, right? Did Boaster get 2 kills in the ult?
And now just one more
He spammed
to
2, I
send them
think.
to Toronto.
Like, it would be
A
nice.
guy walks into
Hold
a
on.
bar and he goes up to the barman and says, "Yo, can I get a gin and tonic, please?" And the barman serves him
I
a
think
gin and tonic. Yeah, it's you actually.
I think I've heard this story, but I can't hear
And,
it.
while he's waiting for the gin and tonic, he hears somewhere from somewhere like, "Oh, nice shirt." And he's like, "What the? Who the hell said that?" And then,
The weekend club tonight.
no, I don't want to. And then what he
What?
says, the barman gives him his drink. He has a few sips, and then he hears another thing. Someone saying, "Nice tie," and he said, "Who the hell is giving me all? Who's saying all this?" He goes to the barman. "Do you hear this?" And the barman says, "Yeah, it's the nuts. They're complimentary."
Wait,
Complimentary nuts.
You know,
What
my
the
father
fuck?
used to say me, if you laugh in your own jokes, you need to go hospital.
Call me an ambulance.
I like Alpha Years. I like Alpha Years. He said, my family used to tell me if you laugh at your own jokes, you have to go to the hospital. I was going to say, it would be nice if they replay the highlights from the last round after the map. Because we didn't really see what happens, but it's all right. All right, we're on break. Map 2 is Icebox. Again, Icebox. Fuck. Nick's playing 20 minutes. Am I going to watch? Isn't it in an hour? But I'm going to be watching this, so I don't think so. Good luck on your midterms. Your midsems? Your midterms? You watch YouTube? Wait, why is YouTube? Oh, you mean like watch YouTube right now? I'm down to watch something or do something. I don't know. What's up, Genki? Hop on Discord and interview your viewers. All right, first person to join my Discord, I'll move him in. Okay. Yo.
No way.
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Good. How you living?
Doing well. Just watching you, chilling, waiting for this Knicks game.
You waiting for the next game? You from New York?
No, hell no. I'm from Ohio.
Damn. That's a real place?
Sadly, yeah.
You got the Knicks going all the way?
Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5. Not gonna lie. I have them winning this game. Next game, I feel like the Celtics are gonna take it. So.
That's fair. Is the next 2 games at home?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah.
What you think of this match, bro?
Fnatic look good. I'm not gonna lie. Liquid. It's back and forth.
It's
I will
back
say.
and forth. It's a sweaty ass game.
It is back and forth. Hopefully Fnatic 2-0 them. That way.
You can watch the Knicks?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. But I kind of want game 3. I kind of want. We haven't seen a game 3 in a minute.
That's true. Today has been 2-0. All right, let's get to the hard hitting questions, bro. What's your rank?
Okay.
What's your current rank and what's your peak rank?
Okay. No. I'm gonna clown. Okay. Peak rank, Immortal 1.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. What's your current rank?
Now? Plat 2.
Damn.
It's because of school, though. It's because of school.
Nah, we the same, bro. We the same.
Yeah. Hey, you're not washed. It's okay.
Thank you, bro. I've been telling people. I
You're
get
not
stream
washed?
sniped, man. I just found out.
Check and call Glaze. I'm not saying that though. But you're not washed.
I don't think
You're
I'm
like
washed
another
either. I
glitch.
just need some time, dude.
Don't worry, you got it. Listen, this is your act. I'm telling you right now. You're hitting Radiant this act.
I appreciate that, bro.
So help me God. If not, 100 gifted.
Wait,
You can clip it.
holy fuck.
You can clip it. Chat, you can clip this. 100 gifted, he doesn't hit Radiant.
Honestly? Lock it.
You got this. Please. I don't have money. Please.
I got you, bro. What's your are you in school right now? What's your major?
I'm a culinary student.
Ooh. You be
Yes,
cooking, you be
sir.
eating too?
I do. I be cooking, I be eating good foods too, yes sir.
Damn. What's your favorite dish to make?
I'm an Italian guy, so like I like making like pastas, chicken parms,
What's your favorite pasta noodle?
fettuccine.
Fettuccine?
It's basic, but it's good.
Nah, nothing wrong with that. I like penne. It's basic
Like
as well.
penne's good. Penne's good.
Who's
penne
Nicole?
bolognese.
It's a viewer.
Pretty good. Slaps.
What's the best dish you can make?
Best dish?
Like what's your if you wanted to really impress someone, what dish would you make? Like that you know,
Middle-
like you kind of feel
I'm
you're
Middle-
confident about.
I'm Middle Eastern, so like we have my parents are like from Palestine, so we make a dish called mekluba.
Mekluba?
Yes, sir. Pretty good. I can make that at ease, and it's really good. Like rice, potatoes, cauliflower, chicken.
It's like a little cake?
Yeah, it's like a upside down. Like you get a big pan, and you like make it all, and then you flip it upside down. And you like hit it really hard.
Damn.
Pretty good.
Fire.
Pretty fire. Hey, maybe if I come to LA, make it for you sometime.
Hey, never say never, bro.
Yes, sir.
Is your favorite team Sentinels?
Of course.
Damn.
Of course. No, don't have any merch or anything, but
bullied him into
still
that
rep them
shit,
to the day I
chat.
die.
Type shit. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Who's your favorite streamer outside of Valorant?
Outside of Valorant?
Yeah.
Gotta say Stable Ronaldo.
That's your boy? Ron?
Yeah, he's
been popping off, huh?
He's been popping off recently. I'm not gonna lie, his streams have been pretty crazy.
The IRL streams for the FaZe boys go hard. I haven't watched them in a minute, but I've been seeing their clips. They go crazy, man.
Yeah. In Valorant though, I'd say you.
FNS, yeah.
Som's okay. I watched the stream yesterday. It's pretty good.
How was it? I didn't see.
It was pretty nice. He was hitting some crazy clips.
He was popping off?
Yeah. He did a little ace. Saw it on Twitter. Pretty good.
Was he playing with delay or no delay?
I think it was no delay.
That's the goal right there.
Sure.
Holy shit. Damn.
I'm trying to think. Anyone else?
Honestly, we don't have too many streamers in Valo. I'm not gonna lie, like these days.
We really don't.
I don't know if I'm capping with that, but I feel like I don't know if we used to have more streamers, or I think it's just it's a little stale a little bit right now.
It is. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you're the main person that everyone watches because you always.
Just for the watch parties, though. I mean, like outside the watch parties, like I don't know who's really like. I guess we have like Sub Rosa. We have.
Sub Rosa's I mean, yeah, for the morning people, yeah, I get that. He's more of the morning. Like, because like you usually stream afternoon whenever there's no watch parties.
Yeah, I usually start like 1 Pacific.
Yeah. So morning people, I feel like you seen Hiko, those type of people are like there. And then afternoon, I'd say you, some rarely streams
back in the day.
He might, yeah, back in the day. Shank, no one watches Shanks anymore.
Shanks was washed?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He used to be good back in the day. It's alright. We don't talk about him anymore.
Oh shit.
But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I feel like with you bring like a different perspective, and like you can keep everyone entertained when it comes to Valorant. No matter what, you're having a bad day, you're having a good day, no one cares. Everyone's still watching you.
I love this guy, bro.
So it's just nice.
I appreciate that. I'm about the vibes.
Of course.
I'm about the vibes, man.
You're the vibe, yeah. Besides Zeus just being the vibe merchant, I feel
he can have that title. I don't want that goofy ass title.
I mean, I feel like you bring it though.
I do. I try my best, but you know, it's always it can't always be.
Yeah.
Can't always be the best. But
it's all right. It's all good.
One day I'll be back to my former glory and ranked, but I just have to play with delay. Give it some time.
Delay, man. Fuck the stream snipers. You're better.
Bring a hater in the call? Nah, that'll piss me off.
I'm telling you.
What do you think about this debate between Counter-Strike being a better game than Valorant?
It's 50-50, honestly.
that's my boy right there. Right in the middle, just like me.
So me personally, I've only had a PC for a couple years, and I started on Valorant. But I've recently gotten into CS, and just playing off of it, I feel like mechanically wise, it is easier.
CS is
because
easier?
It's not like because with Valorant, it's just Uto City, you know. So you gotta worry about this person having this and blah blah blah. Meanwhile, CS, it's just all it's like aim and gameplay.
It's like kind of all aim, no brain in CS, right?
Yeah.
Type shit. I hear that.
What do you think about it?
What do I think is better, or what I think is harder?
What do you think is harder?
What's harder? I think at the highest level, both of them are difficult in their own right. But I think if you're not playing at the pro level, I think CS is harder. I think Valorant is easier. I think it's easier to pick up Valorant and get good, like to a certain degree. Whereas I feel like in CS, it's pretty hard to get good. Like the only people that are good at CS, they've been playing for. Well, anyone that still plays CS has probably been playing their whole fucking life. Because otherwise, you would have switched to Valorant. Yeah. To be honest. So if you're playing CS in today's time, you're probably good.
I get you.
Have
you answered?
But nah, both games are honestly good. It's just different. And honestly, like CS just got so much history. So
that's true.
People that have been playing CS have been playing for like a long time.
Yeah, especially with you being pro in it, and you've been competing for so long now. So I can see where you mean.
Yeah. So it's a little different, but
yeah.
You just call me old, chat?
I get that.
You call me old? Call me old, low-key.
You got, what's your prediction on this map coming up?
I'm not gonna lie, I
You know,
really
Duo?
don't know jack shit about these two teams because I just started watching this weekend.
Oh, me neither.
But
I only watch NA.
yeah, based off of what I've seen, I will just go Fnatic close this out. Also
Yeah.
their map pick.
Hopefully they do.
And we watched Fnatic the other day on Icebox, I think. Right?
Did we?
Didn't. No, we didn't. Never mind.
It's been a while since I picked it, I think. So it'll be.
Yesterday,
I feel like.
Foot, I think it's a good map for them because Foot banned it yesterday.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
So that's probably good.
Liquid's also pretty good on this map. If Nats doesn't go too crazy, I could see the Fnatic closing it out. If not, it might go game 3.
What you think about the overpass with? You know what I'm talking about or not?
If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
All right, I'm gonna end it right there. What's your name in the chat, bro?
My name's Chubby Fluffy.
Chubby Fluffy?
Yes, sir.
That's you. I fucking hate that guy.
Oh,
I'm playing.
Fuck, Terry.
I'm
what
playing,
did I do
bro.
to you?
I'm playing, bro. All love to you,
I
bro.
love you, dog.
I appreciate you coming in, dog.
I appreciate you talking to me, bro. Have a great rest of the stream, and let's go Fnatic.
Take care, bro. Later.
Yes, sir. Later.
Shout out Chubby Fluffy in the chat, bro. W mans.
Or maybe like backside, top side B. But honestly, I
the
don't know
funniest
really
thing.
how I feel about it. It's kind of a throwback to the old days, you know, with the chamber, no duelist comp, the triple sentinel.
How often do we see Sage these days?
Yeah,
Never.
it's quite
How
rare.
often do we see Kayak?
In the Big 25?
Once. Literally,
One
he's
time.
only ever played this agent the once. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see how this will go. I think Crashes on the Tejo, he's had a really strong performance on that in previous maps. So that's no surprise. Boaster on the Viper and moving Chronicle onto the
Boaster's doing
Gecko.
shoulder rolls on
Vintage.
stage, bro.
It's just
Vintage.
Yeah, his
yeah,
traps
I
ready.
love it.
Let's just jump into the action because there's a lot of fun going on here. And as Nat's giving his speech, I'm sure he's telling the boys, we need to win this if we want to make Masters Toronto.
This is
Who do I got or
quite
want?
the composition
Dude,
here,
I'm
Tom.
quite indifferent. I'm down for Fnatic to make it, though. I feel like Fnatic is more hype. I think I would prefer Fnatic, I think.
Sage ult my composition, I suppose.
You know what?
Like, if I had to pick one of them to make it, I go Fnatic.
Anders, right? Who was like, there's the dream comp. It's slightly altered to what used to be the dream
I think it's
comp.
more
But it still
exciting.
has the Sage in it. So, you know, Fnatic are still Sage believers. Maybe they'll convert some others into Sage believers. I am yet to be convinced. What I am excited for is we do have that Kiko back on the jet.
To
It
run
didn't
this
necessarily
build,
work out too great.
let me
last
remove
time
critical
around, but
moments,
some of the
and I'll
peak
remove last stand
performances I've seen
critical.
from him
And I forget if there's
was on
any
that
other,
roster.
maybe the SOS
Wow,
powers
yeah,
and stuff.
very
Actually, no.
different
When we start
team,
off the battle
very
low health,
different
we'll need that. So I have
Team Liquid back
18
then,
Lumina
Young Kid back
leftovers out of, like, so basically 457
And that's, I
Lumina
think,
is
bringing
in
a little
use
bit of a
total
different
for
flair
her.
to the IGL role
Interesting.
than what we
So
would have seen back
jumping in real
that
quick
day.
to add a
Liquid
disclaimer, I
defensive
forgot to
start
mention
here on
this. Don't
Icebox.
use the one
And Fnatic, well, we don't know
in
what
this
to
clip.
expect.
I
This
don't feel like
composition coming into play
The
is going to
prediction's
be a
already
lot
up,
of
guys.
fun to
Did you guys
watch.
miss
recording the entire thing. So yes, remove the one off of already max damage him in order to break the enemy. Urso, the main things that's really important for him in order to break the enemies, we're gonna need gradient break. It gets 50 things that's really important. Important for him in order to break the enemies. We're gonna need gradient break. It gets 50% gradient charge on breaking a target. That's a lot. That's going to essentially max out the entire bar. Breaking the target doubles its burn amount. You don't really need that. Marking break's important, so this way when you break the enemy, it marks them. Greater defenseless. Actually, no, not that one. Where is it? It's burn them out. You don't really need that. Max out the entire bar. Breaking the target doubles it. That's a. In order to break the enemies, we're gonna need gradient break. It gets 50% gradient charge on breaking a target. That's a lot. That's going to essentially max out the entire bar. Breaking the target doubles its burn amount. You don't really need that. Marking break's important, so this way when you break the enemy, it marks them. Greater defenseless. Actually, no, not that one. Where is it? It's exposing break. Applies defenses on break. So again, he's debuffing them when he's breaking them. He's marking them when he's breaking them, and he's burning them when he's breaking them. And on top of that, when he marks an enemy, he has double mark, which is why the marks are blue. It makes it so that it requires 2 hits, an extra hit in order to break the mark or for it to go away. And I have double burn on him, which is incredibly situational. Don't feel like I need that, but we'll just have it on just cause, without having to go through every single thing. And just copy what I have on the screen, guys. Just copy what I have on the screen. I'm gonna go up here now and shielding death. This is the important thing. So he needs to die in order to give shields to Mael. Same thing with CL. So when he does die, he gives 3 shield points. I had shared Charon because I was trying to work a situation where maybe I can get one of them to just heal the other one and they both die, right? Immediately off rip. That wasn't working out because I still needed one of them to be alive in order to either buff Mael or to break the enemies. So I feel like there's going to be another way around it, and I have an idea, but that's going to be another video because I still need to like test some things out for it. Other than that, I think we are good for Verso. Yeah, and 3+ AP on breaking a target, that's important. And breaking death, fully charged. Well, this is that's stuff that's going to be on CL. Well, yeah, we have auto death on him with Survivor to keep him at 1 HP. And the reason why is because we're using the Blood Am weapon. His perfection is now based on current health, that he gains 1 rank for every 20% missing health. So if he's at 1 HP and he's missing a lot of health, he's going to start off in S rank. So missing perfection, keep him at 1 HP. And the AP on breaking a target, that's important. And breaking death, fully charged. Well, this is That's stuff that's going to be on CL. Well, yeah, we have auto death on him with Survivor to keep him at 1 HP. And the reason why is because we're using the Blood Am weapon. His perfection is not based on current health, that he gains 1 rank for every 20% miss. Missing health. So if he's at 1 HP and he's missing a lot of health, he's going to start off in S rank. So I would use Chevalam for this, but if you guys recall, Chevalam, you can't be healed and you can't gain shields later in battle. So the issue with this is Verso can't die from the inversion healing himself with Chevalam. I'm sure there's probably another weapon. I don't have all the weapons for all the characters, so I'm wondering if there's something I might be missing, but for right now I'm using Blood Am. I was thinking Glacio might be good because the self heal by 2% health on dealing a crit hit would automatically kill him from breaking, but it didn't. Self heal by 2%. Now I'm using Blood Am. I was thinking Glacio.
छोड़ो पुश भाई
So I'm wondering if there's something I might be missing, but for right now I'm using Blood Am. I was thinking Glacio might be good because the self heal by 2% health on dealing a crit hit would automatically kill him from breaking, but it didn't seem to work. I don't know why it didn't work. I was a little disappointed, but I felt like if that were the case, then we could have done that and killed him. Then CL would have had another turn, and we could have manipulated it that way. Oh, and I forgot to mention Verso's pick those he has equipped. He has Quick Break, Sweet Kill, and Augmented First Strike mainly. So this way his crit is over 100% right here. So let's go to CL real quick. CL has At Death's Door, Sniper, and Energy Master. Her crit doesn't really matter. Her speed is just kind of like whatever. but I just have that on her. And you'll notice I'm not even using all of her Lumina. We're just using this. The main thing that's important for CL is that she doesn't have auto death on, but she has death related stuff. So like breaking death. If she dies, she fully charges the enemy's break bar. Burn Infinity charging for the buffs, so she gets more gradient charges on buffs because she's buffing our teammates. I think when she does die, she also applies yeah, she applies burning death, right, to all enemies on death. So this way, when she does die, she does increase the gradient charge by 20%. Keep that in mind. And I'm trying to think of anything situationally. Inverted Infinity. This is Inverted Infinity, by the way. Yes, this is how you're killing your teammates by healing them. But you have to do it quick. You have to do it within the first 3 turns, or else it goes away, and then you can't find a way to kill them. You just have to wait for enemies to kill them, which is that, again, situational, which I hate. Other than that, oh yeah, we have the one on her just to keep her HP low, because I don't want to use auto death and survivor on her, which I technically could, but I just put the one on her just cause whatever, just make it easier for her to die. And I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else that we have on CL that you necessarily need. But yeah, we're so close to that 4 billion, man. We're so close. Man, I feel like the only way I'm going to be able to push it over is if we use like empowering dodge on Mael or empowering parry. But the issue with that is we have to make sure that the enemies get those attacks off on her, and CL is still alive long enough. And oh yeah, I have an idea. Okay, yeah, for you guys, if you guys want to see how that works, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on it. Don't worry, guys.
They're on the attack. They've already lost one. It's Alfier falling to Kiko. He was having a lot versus with this
Kiko
very
or
same
Keiko?
head-to-head, going back to split. But in the end, Fnatic were able to climb their way back. For now, a 4 versus 5, the same challenge for Fnatic.
Kiko? Oh, that's what I was calling him originally, no?
Master of pretty much all
What was I calling him before? I was calling him Kiko from the start.
It's always exciting to see what he can do. Potential for more aggression, but also allows a lot of different variations of them getting into the plant, post-plant, and more importantly, the retakes. I still think that's where that Sage will can have the majority of its value. It's been a while since I've seen anyone rezzed as well. You kind of forget that ultimate even exists with how things have been going recently.
Oh my god, he needed one shot.
Fight.
He tagged them both.
Not going too well for
Wait,
either side.
Kayak is fucking raid boss right now.
Oh, no, it's not.
So you thought. So you thought, but the nade goes in. Now here's the wall. A little bit of safety.
Oh my god.
Planted.
He's so bad.
Oh, it was not quite thrown through.
They know he's there.
Falls. Chronicle
Oh,
in the
show
same
me the
spot,
fucking
and it's gonna be
saves,
hard
dog.
for
Fuck this lurk.
fall back. He has to battle around this wall, and he's doing so with great success. Only one left,
Oh, he just worked them
just
so
like that,
hard.
Fnatic, 1-0.
He just works the fuck out of
Seems
them.
like Kayak might not need to play the duelist.
Wow.
I think it will be alright, lads. I think it'll be okay. You know, just coming in straight away with that. Like, the worst thing is as well is they knew exactly where he was. Like, he was stuck behind his own wall with just a crispy couple of shots.
And obviously he has the wall, so he didn't buy himself the Sheriff. And that being recovered over, and it was exactly
5 big
the tool
booms
for
for
the
Kayak.
job.
5 big booms.
Wow, what a way to start it. I think Milan's hand might be sore again as Scut flexes those muscles. 1-0. And they've gone for, oh wow, Cam's already gone. Already taken out. Gone for a mixed buy here, just 2 pistols. Alfier can take
Alfier's getting hungry.
That's exactly what he's going to do.
Alfier chased those classics down so fast. Holy
Nice
shit.
shots. The Sheriffs are landing so far.
Light attack? 1. You don't left click?
I've missed.
What's that?
Or right click?
Althea, Killjoy, and Icebox. It's been so long. It's been so long. I feel like I'm reminiscing. Like, any time he gets
You guys
near
fuck with this Fnatic
yellow,
comp?
I'm just excited. Know what this man can do.
Tejo
on this man,
Gecko.
on this agent.
He's a
Come on.
sage.
Doesn't seem
It's
like
kind of
there's gonna
fun, I'm
be
not
any
gonna lie.
magic in this round for Liquid. Just the 2 Sheriffs to play with. Players call running away. It almost felt like Chronicle just gave up on that one.
Wait, Kiko got a kill.
Fnatic definitely have
Where's
to be
that
careful
second
just
mid?
based on cost alone. If they get another one quickly, we might even have
Show me
to
something,
start
Kiko.
talking about the
Go to Kiko. Observer, go to Kiko. Observer, go to Kiko.
Enough time, especially with salvos
He's not
gone
peeking
in
though.
to buy
I'm
them
lucky.
that little bit
Nah,
of
that's
extra
not
window.
bad. Well, like, in my defense though, that was a good switch.
Very much still on the
That
cards.
was a good switch.
Kiko. Can't even get close to the spike. Snakebite going through. I suppose a bit costly in terms of the utility of Snakebite going down. But 2 picks, it looked promising in the end. Fnatic stabilized nicely. The 3 rifles carried through to the next, and a 2-0 start. Considering they were, was it a 2-5?
No, he walked into it.
He walked. I didn't see it. I was on my phone. I'm a fucking
now
bitch.
they've got a leg up on this map.
Look at the purchase coming up. Well, for
Okay, focus.
Fnatic, it's about as good as it gets. Not only do they have the
Sage res out.
Byline, they've got the res available from Kayak. It helps.
4
when
man A.
Superstar duelist
Double
plays
screens?
an agent that can get a res.
Bait setup?
Got the double up.
Look at that util, bro. Holy shit.
Camo basically being the bait.
Wow.
Well, the bait's got 1.
Now you repeak or
Now
you
they
hide?
expect the second player to be here.
No, you repeak, you die.
Already turning
Oh
it
my
back
god,
into
thank
a
god he
5v4
didn't
scenario.
repeat.
That's why we have such an
Holy
aggressive
shit.
start. Yeah, let's see.
Not gonna lie, I repeaked there 10 out of 10 times and try to kill that res.
Round 3 opening fight res as well.
What?
Not bad. Not bad at all. They can afford to play that a little bit more direct because of it now. The advantage is theirs. Kiko in a very nasty spot. Something you won't see very often held late into the round. He's with the only one there.
Monster check?
That's
Check.
a problem. The drone's gone through. It's spotted and they won't.
Where's brother Kiko going?
Before
Kiko,
it's
what
very
the
much
fuck were you
expected.
doing?
Boaster still up in the
I mean, nice
storm,
shot.
but
Nice job by
able to
Boaster to
catch
punish
him.
it, but
And now it's a
brother was
5
chasing a
versus
bone.
3. Team Liquid won the opening duel, yet still their
I mean, they have the right
opponents
stack
have
here.
all
This
their
round's very
players.
winnable for Liquid.
And it's Team Liquid on the massive back foot.
Look at this.
This surprise element has also faded because him being up here isn't the biggest shock now that they've left this site for so long. Kayak, immediate
Wow,
trade.
Nats.
does
No
well,
access.
though. He's given them a
Wall up?
chance in this round. It
Why no
looked
wall?
like an impossibility. Serial trying to fight on that cross. Still not able to get the plant in. Nats looking to come in
Oh
from
my
above.
god,
He's managed to get
Nats!
another, and Serial's there alongside him.
What a beast.
This round
Save
started
them.
off bleak with a 2-player
No, you're right. I'm gonna tell you off because your messages are not funny.
leading by example.
It's 30 minutes, dude. I want you to come back and be better.
11 HP. It's a risky play, but the wall being up gave him that little bit of room to maneuver, and he spots the barrel through it. This initial fight, though, something that shouldn't have went in his direction. You think for Chronicle, Maybe he thought he was already dead, but the shots did not land, at least not in a meaningful way. That sliver of health is ultimately what makes the difference between a terrible start to a map that Team Liquid looked like they were going to win the opening pistol.
Okay, let's
And
see.
actually, them
Camo?
stabilizing
Good flash.
being in a pretty reasonable spot.
going?
Camo, I mean, that is not pretty. Caught out by
my.
the salvos.
They're
His
so good
support
at punishing the
taken down
aggression.
too as Kiko falls. It's a
very
5
good.
versus 3 and an immediate advantage
This
for
guy?
Fnatic.
He just tried to catch
What
the
can you
timing
do?
running through the salvos, but
Look at this
that
fucking
has not
tail
worked
drone.
out at all. The sheer
That's
level of
in
aggression
hardcore with the
is
tail
met by
drone.
the
Alfia,
patience
nice shot.
of this Fnatic squad, and
Holy fuck,
Alfia
he's
already
moving.
looking comfortable once
Oh.
again. Only Serial standing, and sure, he gets his man and another.
Wow.
versus
That
five.
Gecko flash earlier is nice.
Wow. You'd have to have the greatest clutch statistics of all time.
It's all or nothing, and this time it is nothing, keeping them on the one. Fnatic steaming into the lead, their attack side looking good. And their ultimate economy coming online into this next round. The battle for these orbs is also something that's not too easy to be won out by the other side. The immediate salvos coming through.
That's what I thought, bro. I can stand up. I'm getting a stand-up button.
He's answering back. He sees them get loud. He sees them stand up on the other side, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Fair play. And the morale certainly in a good spot for Fnatic. This round should only see it build further, as there's a lot of weaknesses for Team Liquid to play with, and a heavy stack towards B.
Come to the
Something
pressure
about
of using
that
a
round as well
Bucky.
is that you look at the timing. You had the
Am I the
initial
only one who
peak
thinks the tail drone is so
come through
OP?
counter with his
Bro,
own
it's
flash.
so fucking OP.
Then
You
Kiko
can't see it
peaks,
from
and
far
afterwards
away.
the flash
It
comes. So
fucking
just
jumps
look
like
deliberately
Michael
disjointed,
Jordan,
and that was enough for Fnatic
and
to have some very,
it
very
scans and
easy
suppresses
and
you.
isolated opening
Multiple of you.
And we know that
It's
this
the most
squad, you
OP
go
shit
back
ever.
in history about how good they are on the attacking side of this map. I think
The
it's
whole
another
character
one where
response.
Boaster is the king of calling.
And
Almost
it's cheaper than
surprising that
Silver
we
Drone,
haven't seen
yeah.
this map come out sooner in the tournament for them, but picking it when qualification is available.
Wait, it
chance
suppresses?
for them to
Sydney.
make that first Masters of the Year one that
It
we have.
suppresses, yes. Sydney, we need it. Nah.
They're expected to make pretty much every
The way it
single one.
suppresses is crazy.
The stack in the right place though for Liquid, but that's really all they've got in their favor.
One pick for Nats.
Sydney was not using her abilities regardless. The suppress did not affect
His
her.
magic already, and that was even with a Guardian.
30 seconds left.
Lockdown coming into play. Nats finally dropped, and here it is. A chance now to clean up the rest as the weaker weapons come cascading through. Kiko,
He's got a Bucky.
a Bucky and a classic. Yeah, it's
At
not,
range from a flank.
not quite what we're looking for. Alfie was watching
No
it.
chance.
He'll go
Has a gun.
down. Cloudburst to get the rifle. And this now,
Crashes is
very
low.
doable. Look how low Crashies
Let's
is,
see how much
but
they
Salvos
search.
will come online. Ult is there, but they're not looking for any of that.
Oh,
they want
back
to
it up
fight.
now.
That could be
That's
a
good
mistake.
info.
Try and find where both these players have gone to. They have now
Fuck
fallen
it.
back into more passive positions.
What
There
the
go
fuck?
The salvos and still
Now Viper's gonna
unaware
push.
remotely
Oh, yes, they ult.
of where these players are even going to commit.
I mean, honestly,
And Armageddon just
Nice
buying
shot.
that little bit of
Honestly,
extra time.
like-
Crashies will get the job done.
they got the tail ults. Not bad for Liquid.
Fnatic extend
But
their lead.
good job
Definitely a
closing
more
it out for
dangerous
Fnatic.
scenario than expected with them running into the stack. And now, not only the weaponry, but more importantly, the ults come up for Liquid.
Yes, this is a round that they have to win, putting it all into it. A good attempt by Nats, but again, you just see that position from Crashies. He's got a
Pull
double
up the
spray
next game
down.
on the second
Dead
monitor. We don't need your
Salvos,
analysis.
his ultimate online.
You have like way too high chaotic.
What?
They can at least be happy.
We don't need my
that the ult
analysis
was
on what,
used,
the
that
next
they were
game or
able
this?
to make this one look competitive, look close. That Kiko was able to take one with a classic. Good timing on the flank, good space being taken in the background.
Are you guys seeing
and
both?
Liquid call a pause. Again,
I'm turning off my cam.
acknowledgement
I
of
feel
where
attacked.
they're at right now. An operator has already been caught up coming into this round.
back.
4 ultimates in play. Credits down to 0 or 50. Sub 100 on every member of Liquid if nothing changes. And that is not a round that we can approach lightly. At 4-1 down, this is a swing round. This determines probably who's going to have the lead at the half, or if there will be one.
I think as well, going into this half, you
By the
look
way,
at their
Tarek, I'm so
previous
happy you are streaming the EU games.
facing off
Thanks, bro.
against
Bro,
KC
thank
again,
you
a
for
team
thanking
that
me, because no one says fucking
ended up
shit anymore.
eliminated.
I gotta pat my own fucking back, man. Hey,
They only
thank you
managed
for
to get
being
2
here. How
rounds
about
on
that?
defense. So that's where I'm kind of looking right now is, okay,
No one
how
said that.
are
He
this
fucking
team gonna
said
be
it,
able to
dude.
perform on the defensive side now that there's not really the excuse of, okay, maybe there's a weapon missing, maybe there's an ult missing, maybe this play didn't go their way. They have everything here. Okay, the shield.
It's always fuck you, Tarek. Never thank you, Tarek.
The barest of excuses that I can give, but as you said, this has to be the turning point. An early 3 stack towards the B site.
Thank you for sitting there. See? They always find the way to beat me up.
Maybe the
Guys, I'm beat down. I'm on the floor, dude. Let me get back up. You can beat me up again after. Let me get back on my feet. Someone said appreciate the stream the other day and you crashed out on them.
Already disrupted, Tom. You
Because
see
it felt
that the
sarcastic,
Killjoy
no?
doesn't have a turret down. This because salvos are targeting that early on. With that utility removed, there's now a gap in middle. The good thing is they can afford to commit to that on Team Liquid because they have a lockdown. So a little bit lighter on A would be possible. But now, Nats ends up popping his ultimate, feeling pressure before it's even being applied. I mean, a free piece of utility is more or less all they saw. And that's being put into play. Turret back up and online.
And Chaz said this is a toxic relationship. Bro, we are not in a relationship. I hope I don't need to remind you.
Send down B as a recon. That'll be available late round.
Wait, you walled up. The headshot. Wait, that was sick.
The immediate move towards middle. Like after having both sides pressured, Panitek goes to there to try and hold the line. He's done well and has Nats alongside. The man who left
Spike
his
is down.
bit to try and support.
Has to jump right there.
Still out here though. But look at the position of the spike.
Oh,
it's
mother.
not going to be easy. The reuse of that.
Wait,
flash
it didn't
to
clear
clear
mid?
out any information that they can. It doesn't quite catch onto
Oh, God,
Althea,
timing.
but Crashy's getting out of this position alive. Should be
Oh.
very difficult. Malkiko makes sure of it.
Oh,
It is off
okay.
spam to say the least for the side of Liquid, but it gets you around. It gets you around.
You haven't thanked my sub in 3 years. Why would I thank you? Entertain me, streamer.
Happy to lose, but
Nah, that guy's got a phone. 3 years, I haven't thanked you. It's kind of fucked up. I will not be subbing today, though.
That doesn't say that, oh, well, they've got a response to our playstyle. It says they've used their ults to win a round. A ton used up early on, and hell, we might have seen
Yeah,
the
that's valid.
lockdown.
That guy's
That
valid.
player ended up falling. And I think that was probably an aggressive wall by Kayak, something that we'll see more on the defense than here on the attack, but they get the mid control. He walls himself up, I presume, or perhaps it was from 2, and manages to find himself that pick deep into the spawn.
Okay.
Like, well, when you're 4-1 down, your economy's on the brink.
Nah, fuck the kills.
Kiko already finding one, and with
Now.
Boaster not having a gun, they have actually put them back into an awkward position of their own. So for Liquid, that could be one of the most important rounds to win. Kiko looking like he's going to go back for more.
Up track, pussy.
Well, I couldn't keep up with where the shot went. It looked pretty close. How is Crash winning these fights? He's picked 2 players within the site, and he's...
Does the KJ hear him?
2 players now making a walk towards A. Serial here doesn't have an ideal weapon choice. He should at least be able to...
Bring them down. Flank. Oh, Kayak is popping off. That's good. Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, it's done.
How far away Boaster is. He needed to stay alive on that site to buy that little bit more time, and he's walled out by his own teammate's wall. There's no Sage on Team Liquid. Fnatic having to save that rifle through to the next, and Team Liquid stringing the rounds together.
Yeah, I don't mind the usage from the previous round. And
Teammates wall, there's no time
still
anyway.
got dangerous. Like, I think it was again, Nats having to have these sort of big moments to turn the round back on its head. And they got a good view. But you talk about it, those pauses once more.
Am I taking Scuba's spot? Cuba reached out to me, but...
Response with 2 rounds, still fairly even in terms of what they've got on ult economy.
I don't think the league is ready for me.
They're ahead. A good opportunity for them to get back to a 4-4 scenario. Of course, Kiko's position with the operator is one that definitely there to be expected. They always still have to be careful. Those 2 ults plus Althea and Crashies with guns. This round's not that far away.
Well, that's it, right? Kiko can find himself a pick with the op, or just a missed shot and get out of there, then lock down to recover the site. They still have utility on it as well. Information on these players towards B. That knife landing, it might sell that ruse, but again, retake A, something that Liquid will be comfortable doing.
I don't think the league is ready for me. Can you make that my NBA poster quote? I want that to be my poster quote.
Again, the turret was back. They're going back towards Crashies. I think just maybe getting more ground than was expected. They could.
Bro's a master at baiting chat into roasting him. Wait, you're low-key right. I actually am a master at baiting you guys into roasting me and then getting mad at you for it. It's an endless cycle. I bait you into roasting me, then I get mad at you for roasting me.
Individually
And then we just repeat.
And for the remaining 2, sure, Althea still has a rifle. Boaster Just to get one with the Sheriff. There's a couple of low players around this position. They do have to be a little careful.
Timed up. 20 seconds, 15 now. And Camo still holding that back yellow. He'll fall.
10.
They've got the utility here. Sure, no, they've got no utility, in fact. Have to deny this just by swinging through the orb. And, well, that was an ambitious play. The jump about.
Making a game out of it.
Maybe expecting them to be low. Not quite low enough. 4-4 now. Team Liquid. It looked like they were trailing and about to fizzle out. They have managed to find their rhythm 3 rounds in a row now. And the beautiful thing about this is Nats grabs those. There is a flash up top, but it doesn't actually block them in time. He's too quick taking the kills for that support to really matter, and all it does is stop the players further back from being able to get close and have any sort of a say.
I feel like you can say this on most maps, but Icebox Nats, there's high expectations. We know what we're going to get. Already though. Again, early usage of util just to deny any control of the orbs for the defensive side. Not going to allow them to get any bonuses, but a lot of information being grabbed early by Liquid. The Knights again capturing multiple players, challenging towards that B side. It still seems to be the ultimate point of contention. Thrash, Rez, Viper's Pit available for Fnatic, but
I'm drifting focus.
Viper's Pit
3
up
ults.
against a lockdown is pretty much the perfect counter.
Are they gonna...
Slow creep up.
I think gonna try to plant first.
Trying to use this orb
Plant
to
and
creep
Viper will
under
cap
too.
there?
That's somewhere that
No.
the only gaps for Team Liquid.
Oh, that KO will...
Seen so far. Ult comes into play. Panatek dropping that wall now.
He has molly for the
delay
plants
them
as
by
well,
quite a
KO.
bit, put the time very, very low. It even stops the orb from going up in middle. So Alpha can't really do anything about this.
They have KO molly,
And all the
and
while,
that's
as
about
you
it.
pointed out, Tom,
They have
these
dagger.
rotations have come through. Team Liquid.
Book it.
Got 4 players ready.
They walled
to
off
fight.
KO. Oh.
Already.
Camo goes swinging in.
How did Kiko get a kill?
Kiko's done well, but
Oh, the wall
Kayak's there
broke.
with the trade. Park
Rez?
has come through.
Oh no, he's dead. They're
They're
both dead.
It's actually Kayak that goes down. In
Yikes.
fact, they all start to fall, and now the only man standing was the Lurk. There's still a possibility. Both players need to cross for the operator.
Don't reach?
In fact, has already made it
This is
round that
impossible,
corner.
bro. This is impossible.
Althea needs to get a move on. In fact, I don't think there's going to be anywhere
No,
near enough
stick to
time,
it.
even with that extra little nano swarm. That diffuser will come through. Liquid
Nice try.
will take themselves
Damn, the
lead.
Viper wall
And
going
just
down so
watching
quickly is
for him to
like
attempt
there's
to
just
cross.
there's no juice.
And once
He
more,
rezzed
I'm
him,
gonna
but there's no
highlight here
juice.
a pause called by the coaching staff.
Happy
4
birthday,
rounds in a row
Felicity.
for Liquid.
Yeah,
I hope you have a great
it really
birthday.
can't be understated. We saw the same thing on Split. 3 health.
3 health while he was running through that util.
Once they realize that they've got some problems, that they think they've got the solution, it seems like they're
Was that
spot
3 in a
on
row?
every time. Now the test for Fnatic, as they've called themselves a timeout here at 5-4. This was a lights out start. They looked like they were going to lose the pistol over on Team Liquid, but Fnatic end up claiming it, end up putting it 4-1 in the lead, and since then, it has felt like utter dominance from Team Liquid. Starting with a round that I wasn't too
How do we see how many pauses they have? Does
they
it not
put
show?
in so much
On
so
EU?
early on. But
Like, what
it
pause
ends
are they
up
on?
working out wonderfully. That lockdown we've spoken so much about hasn't even been needed because the A site, by the time that they come to pushing it, there's like 2 players on the site,
don't
and the
think it
one
shows.
defender is often able to at least fend them off long enough.
I'd say as well, though, just
Pause
something
counter only.
throughout the series with these 2 teams.
I want to be into all towards the end.
What's important is that sort of mental state. I think Gorilla sort of pointed out one of his 2. Is that if that's in a good position, you have the caliber of players, nothing else matters. So using those
Sorry.
ults, maybe just to get them back into a position of, okay, we're competing in this map. Because at 4-1 down, they were getting rinsed.
I don't know.
You
if I
spam a little bit, you go, okay, we're on the
I'm
board,
probably
we
gonna
can
give her
do this
flowers.
now. We have the operator, we have everything.
Mother's
we
Day is on
need.
Sunday, chat.
Liquid
PSA.
look like a very different team, and unfortunately for Fnatic,
Oh, that's tomorrow. That's true.
on their own map choice, that
Already
map choice
thought
that
about it
has
this morning.
been a
I
staple
didn't
of their history.
order it yet. Mother's Day is
Right
tomorrow.
now,
Make
it's
sure to
just
get
that.
your mom flowers and or chocolate. She will appreciate it. I promise you. Even if it's the smallest thing.
Back in the first res, we had
Don't forget, bro. Write it down now. You're gonna forget.
Liquid, the rotations were there. There were 4 players
If
in
your mom
position.
doesn't live with you and it's an option, you could order something for her, or
It's like, wow, I think I'm screwed
you
here.
could call her.
Getting away with that one. There's a
You can always
two
call
bodies to
her.
break the wall now. challenge under tube. I said it was a gap, but that's in most rounds.
What's happening with this
Camo has his
guy?
eyes set on the prize.
Nah.
The players coming under, deleted immediately.
Observer,
No
joke, does not play Valorant.
By Fnatic. As the numbers trail.
You keep going to a random guy in
versus
spawn.
45
You like
HP
fat fingering?
for Alpha. No real chance of taking this across the line. Look where the spike is.
I'm glad we don't know who the observer is, so we cannot direct our hate. I don't want anyone to get hate. I just want it to be better.
Pretty round position. Ever hold in case he manages to lurk through mid. It is going to be an opportunity for a 1v1.
We don't know. We don't know.
With the turret.
Let's not even try to figure it out. I don't want anyone to get
That
hate.
will be the full force of Liquid now grouping up just to fight this last round. I don't think they're going to take any liberties with Althea on the other side, and while Serial will
Liquid
move his
starting
counterpart
to
minimum of an equal footing.
rev the
Liquid, as I said,
engine.
The 2 times they've played this map, the defense has been
The
weak.
horse has
2-8,
awoken.
4-8. This is already the best performance we've seen on the defensive side for Liquid.
Thank God for these replays, bro.
It's not slowing down, Tom. That's 5 in a row now for this squad. That's Ultimates coming back online for them. And yes, the same can be said for Fnatic, but now the shift in momentum, it seems like Fnatic are the ones that need those safety nets to be fallen
Who's
back
that?
onto. We've seen disastrous rounds from that attacking side. We've seen success across the board for Team Liquid. And Kiko consistently looking for these opening
Nice,
duels. He's
didn't
been
panic.
denied quite a bit.
Lots of
At least
ults.
the start of the round, potentially.
Big peek here. Big
Direct.
peek.
He's going in. He is. He's going to go straight back for a fight we've seen them take many a time.
Oh, he tried to free fire the angle on top.
Fnatic side, though, purely
Nice try.
passive. When you look at the ultimates they have, you can understand why. Lockdown, Thrash, Armageddon, Viper's Pit. So much
Ult?
to play with in this round, and the same can be said for Liquid, but maybe not quite that caliber. Kiko's
Did he hit him?
reposition, it's just
No.
missed. And that would have been Crashies. That would have been a lot of post-spawn utility.
Okay, they
gone.
re-cleared
I
B.
love that too. He fires the shot on A main, instantly rotates, knowing they'd be that little bit more relaxed about
Now
that.
he's back there again.
If they were rotating, they go right into his waiting
Yeah,
arms.
Jill.
And like you said, he's right back in position, although now...
Oh, it's gonna be a
it is
lot of ults. Counter
luckily
KJL,
he's got a
counter
shorty
KJL.
to play with. The downside is that lockdown put into play
Tail ult, tail ult.
aggressively. It'll force them way back. And Nano to cover them on the cross. But as you said,
Viper staying
Nano on
in.
the other side puts in a lockdown. Luckily, they're able to cancel that out. Now
Look at
behind
Nats. Look at
us,
Nats in the
is
corner.
stuck on
Look at
the
Nats
site,
in the
but is
corner.
the defense going to be good enough to keep them
Oh!
alive? Yes, it is. Serial buys them that little bit of space.
What
But
a
the pin up,
legend.
There has to be a response.
Kept the
pin
Viper
in the
ult
other
up.
direction as Boaster will try to
Did he mine the
starve
bomb?
them of any space to play around. And
Oh
it
my
looks like
God,
it's
Kayak.
working. They've ran into Kayak. Things going swimmingly
Wait, they're on
for
bomb.
Fnatic.
They're on
Finally,
bomb.
the
They're on
defuse
bomb.
underway. It's halved
They're on
already.
bomb.
It's getting damn
Oh, the
close,
rockets,
but they'll
the
drop it in
rockets.
the end. And now the remaining players need to get on it
Oh.
fast.
Down into that 1v1. Nats trying to stick it all the way.
Wow,
through. Crashies
Crashies.
goes right down to the
Wow,
depths,
that
right
was
down
good,
to the
like,
last few seconds, and
initiative.
that's what it
Strong
takes
initiative,
for
bro.
Fnatic to win themselves
Such
around.
strong initiative.
That was counter
Damn.
card to counter card, played throughout, just to try and outdo each other.
This
No
is facts.
ultimates available anymore for Liquid. And
That was a
only
5v3,
the
I think,
singular
too. It
thrash
was.
left
It was a
remaining for
5v3, then
Chronicle. They
Fnatic
used
got 3 kills.
absolutely everything to get that 5th round over the line.
Wow.
And even
That
then, it
was
came
nice.
down to a matter of seconds, and Crashies finding 3.
Oof.
Desperately close. Even Wingman very nearly got it. I mean, he was about a
Kiko
quarter
up.
of a bar away from
Going
taking
again.
that across the
Flash.
line.
But the flash
Kiko
didn't reach.
showing absolutely no fear. This time,
Oh.
going earlier, going
Oh, the
more
slow.
aggressive, but he's in
Updraft.
trouble. Gecko's ulti, Thrash
Did he
on
finesse
his
it? He
tail.
did.
He won't be caught, though. Still safe. That Thrash might not
You
be
gotta go for another
recoverable.
pick, no?
Gonna need a fair amount to do so. In fact, they might even need the sight.
Oh no, the fucking tail thing
Kiko's
is so
still just looking
annoying.
for angles to be had, but with 15
Free
pieces of
side.
utility
Ults?
being put
No
into that
ults.
backline. Not really a spot left to hold. Wall already broken, and that's what we see it again. Just an
Oh, they
attempt
planned.
to try and re-aggress
Flash
before they even
peek,
get to the
1-1.
site. Spike will be dropped, but
Out
Althea
there.
responds in kind.
Oof,
Looking for a
serial
little
lift.
more, but Kayak is
Oof,
there.
Kiko lift as
Only
well.
one standing camo to face versus
Ooh, he
4.
did
It's
not
looking
whiff.
like an even half, but
There is still
Wait,
one
he's fucking
standing.
maybe? Is this a sneak?
Have to get that plant in. Looks like they're deciding to
Oh,
just
he
run
could
it
have
down.
dodged the
It's the right
flash, but
call.
he...
They've got the
Oh my gosh.
But it come close.
6-6.
Close as the scoreline in the end. There will be no leader
Fnatic
at
swing it
halftime.
back.
6-6. Hell of a battle coming out from Team Liquid, though. Streaking together 5 rounds in a row. They had some serious momentum, some wind in their sails. And the second half, up for grabs. We'll find out how it goes after the break.
Pretty close series so far. All right, we're on break. Austin playing this good right when Austin Major is around the corner. I get what people are saying, like the fact that mid doesn't exist, kind of like Bind, right? Like mid doesn't exist, but I feel like the devs, they intentionally make the maps like different. Like Bind having no mid with TPs, Icebox mid being fucked. I mean, I know that it makes it like, I can see why the map is hated on though. Like it makes sense because there's just no room for strategy. You just fucking hit the site off the rip. But I feel like the intention of the devs is just to give the maps different looks. Like all the maps have their own unique looks, like one way or another. And I don't know if Icebox's specialty is like the fact that it's fucking mid is 1,000 angles and site hits are mainly prioritized like 5-man. But I mean, you can still lurk. But
I do think that, well, it's not a bad stat to come out with. 47% on their opponent's map choice, but it's the best defensive side we've seen from them so far. And going into the attack, when they play versus KC, they managed a little bit more. Now, it's definitely not been their best map. Let's not pretend. This is one that Fnatic picked for a reason. But again, if history serves us right, Fnatic normally having those crazy performances over on the attack, they do have an awful lot of stall and potential for denying plants. I think that's going to be difficult for Liquid to face against.
Color of Lumina is an item that gives you Lumina points, which in turn give your characters an ability to slot more skills. This is very important if you want to face the harder challenges in the game. Unfortunately, Color of Lumina is not easy to come by. You come across them just exploring the levels. Sometimes they'll be rewarded as quest rewards. You get 100 if you save those whites in Emerald. You will be able to go underwater. If you it'll be a tough fight on its own, but if you Iron, and once you enter it, you can go the path that I'm showing you in the video right now to reach the place where we will do the farm.
Kayak with 3?
You want, and he's going to drop 1 to 2 Color of Lumina each time.
Somewhere?
And you're going to be using more. You're going to be using Last Chance as well. Besides these, you're going to have cheaters. And for the rest of the Luminas and Pictos that you're going to be using, I will show you the build later on. But because in costs quite a lot of Lumina from him. There's many builds people are using to do one-shot kill damage to groups or single targets, and you can use whatever favorite build you find.
Kayak trying his damnedest. You look at him.
Everybody, this is about how you can get more Lumina points faster. We can farm for it. You can move from points to one card with clearly from far. Now, there's of course fine rotations, especially late game, like for example with Mars Graph. You'll be able to. That being said, again, it would be nice to roll on rate to get colors of Lumina. Yeah, of course.
Spins on a dime, but ultimately it's Liquid to come out with an all-important pistol round. Well, Lohan at least
the first Liquid pistol, was it?
Not much invested. A single sheriff for Kayak, which, hey, still something you have to fear. You still have to be a little bit worried. We go back to the first half pistol, and that's all you need to know. It seems like the immediate
they have the read here, yeah.
Let's at least check on my weapon assist.
There's a chance.
Hello there, Gustav. One token is all I asked.
I should have known.
Let's see how this
yes,
works.
Take good care of it.
Too much
Don't
utility
speed.
seed.
Yeah, that's true.
Too many players spotted when that wall goes down, and Team Liquid will run back in the other direction.
They know
They've got
two
a
are
lot of
here.
space, a
They
lot
know
of control.
two.
The Killjoy on the other side is doing exactly the same.
Oh my God,
pushing
he's flanking
up and
them.
making it through A.
They're
In fact, there's nothing
coming
spotting
back.
for this. Team Liquid
Timing,
want
go
to
right, go right,
but
go
they
right.
have to make it past Alfier. He's looking
Oh,
wrong way.
that sucks, dude.
And that's, well, he
He just
clears his
facepalmed, you saw
corners.
that.
That is going to be a 5 versus 4 and an A site
Look
wide
at KJ.
open with deep spawn control taken already, and a deep fight won by Serial pretty much cements this round for Team Liquid.
Yeah, the idea from Fnatic, of course, is just try and catch them off guard, but with that perfect lurk out from Serial, there really wasn't much more to be had. Chronicle trying to do a little bit of extra damage, remove a gun or
Camo
two.
is 3 off all.
Only a pistol loss for Liquid.
Good work, good fall. Good mid-round by Liquid.
They don't even need shields on most players. They're in a very, very healthy spot economically coming into the next round. Fnatic.
Melanie, 5th of February.
8-6. And a potential leap
That's how you got
forward
that?
for that attacking side. As we said, you know, that defensive side performance from them is impressive. The pressure may be on. 8-6. And a potential leap
That's how you got that?
for that attacking side. As we said, you know, that defensive side performance from them is impressive, especially, you know, the scoreline being 6-6 is one thing. The way that they got
Hey everyone, Mac here, playing player of Expedition 33. I am working on a bunch of collectible guides, but while I get those out, let me show you how to get the peculiar encounter achievement trophy for defeating the mime in Lumiere. This takes place during the prologue and is technically a missable achievement trophy. A few minutes into the game after you reach the Arc de Triomphe in front of you, instead of going forward during the prologue and is technically those out. Let me show you how to get the peculiar encounter achievement trophy for defeating the mime in Lumiere. This takes place during the prologue and is technically a missable achievement trophy. A few minutes into the game after you reach the Arc de Triomphe in front of you, instead of going forward to continue the story, take a look to your right hand.
A lot of players around this spot, but none of them
Do they know
really
Boaster?
being able to deny it.
They don't know
Comes down
Boaster.
to Boaster.
Boaster!
Ooh. And well, we've spoken a lot this season about his individual level.
That's the Bulldog. I don't even blame that. It's the Bulldog moment. Wow, good trigger discipline by Kayak. Honestly, to not freak out and be patient, that was good discipline. Because like some people would try to like shoot him right away there. He waited it out.
Importantly from Boaster.
Yeah, shutting that
Boaster
down before
saved
they
him,
got
though.
too close. That could have been a big problem on the side split as players funnel through Kitchen, but finding the first, second
That one was
adjusts, and
nice.
he pre-fires
And
it
that's
wonderfully.
low-key got robbed with
But
the
Chronicle
Bulldog.
cleaning up the rest. It was left in pretty safe hands with Kayak. 19 and 10. You know, back in the day, you talked about this matchup, Fnatic and Liquid, going all the way back to first
we
strike.
voting
In fact,
for?
then we would have talked a lot
I
about
don't
the
know.
Battle Sages. Kayak,
we're just watching right
he is
now.
reviving that.
Oh, it's to block the top yellow angle, the
more
smoke.
Mazzino on the Sage. He was the king. He
I
was
like
the
the
king.
util.
I don't care what you say. That guy was the king of Sage.
Oh, they got dinged.
An early
140.
dink already. I believe that was Boaster spamming once
Sage
again.
has
Someone
res.
came here before and set up these handholds.
Almost certain. It's not close enough, and everybody else has a Vandal.
Someone came here before and
What's the
set up
plan
these
here?
handholds.
With
Probably
four players
Expedition
already on
69.
this side of the
Client
map,
Expedition.
Let us thank them for that.
the gamble really is.
Oh, they were anticipating the
Kayak.
refight and they counter flashed
If he
immediately.
goes down, and
But still they lost the guy.
eventually, the man tagged low initially.
Fnatic will realize this
cleared up.
rotates soon.
The rest of the
Well,
players
I
looking
wonder
to
if they
make their
just
way
commit
back
to
into A,
retake.
but you can see the only idea for Kayak is
Hey.
get someone on the cross.
He spotted them. Even just the information's enough for him with the advantage already in their court. An audacious play from Kiko. 10 HP, plays behind a
How
very
did Liquid win
spammable
this round? They
box.
have to play up.
The most spammable spot towards B, the most commonly spammed.
Gecko's 2 off. Can he
takes
get
a
the orb
fight.
and plant?
Well, they were more than happy
No,
to
no
fire right
orb.
back.
I was giving it to Viper
Spike given
actually.
over to Nats. Be just 2 away from that Viper's pit in play as Fnatic
His next skill's
happy
big.
to play the retake. The res there. Kayak doesn't want to be the one taking
Oh, I like
contact.
the up down.
Look at this setup on backside. A high-low coming in
Wait,
from
what the
Camo
fuck
and
is that
Serial.
rocket?
And it will be disrupted immediately. The salvo's doing well to put them on the back foot in this initial fight. And all Fnatic needs to do is trade. Crashies goes down as Serial picks up the double. It's Camo to trade
Serial
out.
went
and
crazy.
now Fnatic on the back foot. Kayak
Wait,
having to do
res.
it all again. But he's got the res to bring Crashies back into
Does he have
play.
util? How did he take no util?
Valuable
Time is
player
low.
indeed. No
His first
ultimate,
kill, he wins.
And no salvos just yet. It's all
Oh,
on
he
this ring, and
wins.
he's
He
caught
wins. It's too hard.
all in
Half?
hand.
Wait, he has chance.
Panatek does well.
Half
The
and get off?
defuse needing to be stuck at
Oh
least.
my god, Crashies is the best player in the world. Holy fuck, that was an insane clutch, actually. That was actually an insane clutch.
With a Red Bull clutch.
We've
Oh
spoken
my
about it so many times within this matchup, but Crashies in these impact rounds have just been absurd. Of course, a little bit of help from Kayak to bring him back from the fray. It's always nice when you get 2 bites at clutching out the round, but what an attempt from both Serial and Camo to turn that round in their favor. And even Panatek towards the end, I'll be honest, I thought he had it. He had little time. was left on that clock.
That was crazy.
You know they're pumped up when you have to mute half of what
That's
Boaster's saying.
exactly what I was thinking. That's gotta be the first time I've seen that. He's getting hyped, he's stood up and he's hyping Crashies up. Ultimate now online for Crashies, but it might not be used here. Look at the weaknesses for Team Liquid. They have kept their credits. This is a play for the next round
with hero guns.
That, and it's going to be Fnatic back in the lead if they lose this one, but they'll have the money to fight back. That's all that matters.
Okay, a lot of awkward positions to fight from. Alpha up above.
This is a half
He's already
fight,
managed to clear out 2.
Rifle down.
Yeah, it will be retrieved by Patatek though, and he's not looking to just sit pretty. He wants to try and clear some ground. In fact, the Viper's Pit's going to be invested. Now, they expected this. 2 Stingers on the other side. Normally, that's an absolute stinker of a buy, but in a Viper's Pit, hey, that does damage.
Oh yeah, they have got some real opportunity, and look how far back Nats is playing, allowing Patatek and Kiko to be the one taking these duels. Ult put into play.
Wait, why does Chronicle have knife?
Kiko still close, gets his
Overheat,
storm,
bro.
but he won't
Overheat, bro.
Crashies drops him with the wraparound from Patatek, not expected. They are thinning out the herd, leaving it down to just Nats, but he's up close in the pit.
I don't think there was time anyway. I don't think so.
Than this Viper.
Maybe if they got on right away. But either way, big clutch. They almost threw. I think Kiko just needs to chill with the knives. I mean, if he kills them, I'm not saying shit, but I think it's overheat.
Pretty good with the hero rifles.
That was the hero stinger that brought home the Red Bull clutch. I also think you have to look at the importance of that 1 kill here coming through from Kiko, because it was actually the usage of that Armageddon to force Nats out of the pit. He had to run all the way out of it to get away from the ult, and that extra little bit of time that Kiko bought allows him back into the pit. If he doesn't get that kill, they lose the round. It's almost guaranteed. That one little player. Okay. Not the gun I was expecting to get a kill in this round. Kiko down. Hero rifles of their own. This could be a response. Liquid have got to be careful.
Oh my god, oh my god. How's it Marshall? Okay.
Battle on the side, given up by Fnatic. They're going to play this one very passive indeed. And it's no wonder why. It's a lockdown
JJL, by the way. They have to play up.
They're hoping for over-aggression. They're hoping for a pick to be handed.
Camo should Jekyll spawn preemptively? Yeah.
That's the ult.
Counter Jekyll ult.
And now responded in by Chronicle.
Got one.
I think has caught one. Yes, indeed he has, but Patatek is still up
Wait,
close.
look at Patatek, bro. Show me Patatek. Bro.
Avoided a sliver of health left. Good flash. Patty's blind. Goes swinging deep, and they'll get another rifle out of that. When that's already tagged low, a real opportunity now. They
big
push
kill.
them back to
That's a big one.
But the ranged fight with the
wall.
recovered
Oh, it's over. That wall wins. That wall wins, no? Yeah, it's over. Wait, that stage wall is fucking...
falling leaves this round in jeopardy. It's Fnatic's with an easy defuse and a well-fought response. They lose to the hero rifle and respond like for like.
That was one where you have those bonus ultimates ready to be thrown in, and I think Alfia firstly did an incredible job just being able to sort of hold the line. An opener as well for Chronicle, who's definitely had a quieter game individually. Of course, a role he switched back to after
nice, though.
time and time on a Sentinel and Controller, of course. But after a huge victory comes a huge fall. Liquid 9-9, and sure, we talk about teams having 2 bites at the cherry, 2 opportunities to make it in towards that international, but there is no easy road from this point onwards.
Oh, fuck, it's happening.
You get 2 chances. The second one is so much tougher in that lower bracket with teams that they've already gone close with throughout the season, with Foot building up momentum, with BBL down there with them, and even Na'Vi have looked dangerous when going into this playoffs bracket.
That was a half buy for Fnatic they won, right?
There's not really anybody you want to be facing. First time round definitely seems the easier of the lot, and while Liquid, they are going to call another pause. As mentioned, the last one was the start of their 5-round streak. Same on the last map as well. The second one, well, it actually did nothing. Fnatic were able to close out in the end.
But it's a great point you bring up, Tom. Not just the fact that you're 1 game away, but you'll be 2 when you drop down below, but the fact that it's Na'Vi first, and maybe that's the lesser of 2 evils, but then the winner of
Liquid, 1 Vandal.
Neither of those
Nats time.
And I mean, Foot, again, in the group stages, in the early stages, sure. they didn't look too great the last time either of these teams faced them. They're able to best, but the reality is that last game we saw from them, they hit another level.
Yeah.
They made the changes they needed to, and now that's not going to be an easy game with elimination on the line and victory just around the corner. For Team Liquid, they need this map and another to lock in that international event to avoid the lower bracket run.
Oh, that was kind of sick what they tried to do. They tried to flash the turret and cross with it.
They've got the weapon.
But honestly, if they want to do that, they should create pressure on like B main or A main. Because I feel like it's too obvious.
Will survive, but the rest of his squad
if they made pressure on A main or B main, I would say A main. While they did it, maybe they're not looking. But I feel like it was too quiet on the map.
What would be his first Masters event, his first international, and one that I think many will look at as not necessarily a surprise, but only a matter of time.
It's the same story as last game, no? It was 9.
I was gonna say if they close this round
9-9 and then it was 9-10.
Story is more so when Crassie's position
And
is
then
one
Fnatic
of the
got
weirdest
12
spots.
and then Liquid won around 13-10.
Kiko cleared that. I would have asked them to check him PC. But that is now just 3 rounds away. Kayak to, well, be another one of the Polish alumni that have made it to international events. He's not going to be the first in that case.
No, but one of the most promising, especially stepping into this roster, as you said earlier on.
Okay, it's the full buy.
Big boots to fill.
They have 2
but he
ults,
is doing
I think.
that and then some. They are bursting at the seams with this man.
What's his wall?
Coming in on the Sage as well, an unusual pick, and what a way it would be to book in your slot at your first international, far from the first for Fnatic. The potential return to foreign Masters events, not somewhere they've done well recently.
Double flash, dash, nice execute.
Fnatic again have gone for the
KJ ult for post.
I think what they've been doing with Teo,
this KJ ult's going to be nice.
A lot of these
Let's see when he does it. He's waiting.
Massively.
There it is.
Crashes, in fact,
they have to wait that out. They have no choice. There's nothing they can do.
They don't have
There's so much time bought.
Available to them. Last time out, they were able
to be honest, Liquid should back up and play post plan. They should all back up, no? They're playing up.
Use this to get
I think it's troll, but I guess I'm wrong.
No utility.
Why would
they have to make up for it with the
no, they don't have util, is that why?
Poster. That's the Viper's pit out of play, and a lot of the hope of this round having already fallen. Kayak has a res. Use it. I thought maybe they would let this one slide, but no, they want to battle.
Oh my god, it's winnable. That kill was big. Oh my god, it was so close. Wait, what's happening in the chat? Are we being weird? We can put it on some mode if we need to, but why are you guys...
We move into round
what's wrong with you guys? We're watching the game here.
10 to 10, tied up neck and neck.
I like the fact that Liquid really are happy to just fight them up front. I think realizing that the benefits of their comp, you have those extra flashes, and sure, okay, you do have a few nades that can be used to clear angles, but they're using a lot of those for the take. They're using those as the danger is there early. So instead, when it comes down to the late round, they're like, okay, let's set up in their face. Let's not allow Fnatic to have that retake. Let's not allow them to throw in the slow in combination with
lose this round, they're kind of broke.
to try and take us out. Let's make them adapt to the way that we're playing, and when that round at least, the firefights went their way, no clutch to be had. It has been a back and forth throughout. This second half especially has been a lot less about the streaks of rounds and much more just one either side.
Sage, Kayak alone?
Team's economy on the brink here.
Contact.
Kayak. He's as close as could be, but Kiko and the Serial immediately find opening.
Wow, it's a save.
That's a save.
Battling for that third map, and yeah, they've pushed Fnatic to the limits. There's no chance with those immediate fights swinging the other way. And hell, I'll put my money on Kayak in those tighter angles, those close fights.
He's got 25 kills. I don't think he'd be mad not to.
He's not doing too bad, is he? But yeah, he is dropped early
Nats
on.
hunting? How's the money?
Forces the hand, but
pretty
Team
decent.
Liquid,
not too decent though.
Just a round victory.
They should low-key not hunt.
Supremacy, looking to push deep and move some of those weapons.
Probably
but eventually, Nats takes a look at the scoreboard.
Maybe Camo can hunt. He's one off.
Just back off into their own spawn, carrying their own rifles through to the next, and allowing Fnatic to reset. Because at the end of the day, the lead is back in their hands.
Yeah, that's the main thing. It's been even all the way through. This was a round that really just playing into the contact of that A site, not giving the game away, because Fnatic have been quite happy to play the retake in a lot of these scenarios. This time playing that little bit more aggressively, putting Kayak, the best player in the server currently, onto the contact spot, and Kiko just wipes the floor with
This
them.
match is extremely high level. Whoever loses should sweep lowers.
For Kiko on the Jet,
I think both teams are playing well. I agree.
Where he's always had these huge individual performances.
It's pretty, yeah, head to head. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the chat.
Having a decent game.
Audio?
Here we go, though.
Okay, mid again for Liquid.
Aggressive early taken towards middle.
They got turret.
That was purely just to break
just to break turret and go back. I like it though. Now they create a gap on mid. This is nice because they create the gap on mid for the whole round. They have to be worried about mid now. The whole round.
Conscious that players could now cross through that window, move into kitchen, and
oh, Grimwall
on top of the wall. You'll see that angle held by operator players, but they're usually a little bit lower down. You can see everything. And Team Liquid, they've lost the opening pick. They've lost camo, and that's a lot of not just the ultimate that was in his back pocket.
Oh, the ultimate is gone.
But
That's
a lot
true.
of your punchy utility to break through that defense is now left
Jet lurk
for the next round.
That's definitely a rough start. That's something you might see if a Sage is picked in your ranked games on this map. Kayak just pulls it out in maybe one of the most pivotal rounds in this entire series. A chance for them to level things up again. Ultimates firmly in their favor for this round, and you can see Boaster's only plan is to deny them the plant.
Not really.
Kiko managing
There's
to
3
get
guys
so
here.
far forward. And even hearing some of the steps, it all comes down to
What
this
a
fight. He wins it
kill.
again. The second time he's managed to eliminate
There's 2 guys
Kayak
here
from
and they
this
have tail ults.
position
Crashes
and
wins
give
this
his
round
team
off
the
Util,
sight.
low
The main
key.
thing, though, is the time.
Crashes wins this
17
round off
seconds as they go
Util.
running in. There's an Armageddon and also the
It's over.
Salvo still
It's
online.
literally
They could
over.
deny this plant.
10 seconds left.
Armageddon's going to win this round. Salvo's already sent through. Here comes Armageddon. It's going to be a deeper plant, but not deep enough. They can actually just about get in, but they're swinging in for the fight. Whoa! Knife to close it out for Chronicle. A heavy investment from Fnatic, but one that they are happy to put on the line. He knew that the plant had to be stuck, but taking steel out there is a bold maneuver.
Yeah, Chronicle bought a knife to a gunfight and won. I think he just ran out of bullets, but even still,
oh my God,
a ludicrous round. But yet that was just perfect from Crashies again. Like, we could talk about the kills, we could talk about that he isn't necessarily on the feed, but he forced them to reposition.
Did you run out of ammo?
And time again. Yeah, I think maybe just a bit of a blip.
I think he thought he killed him. I think he thought he killed him, chat. I think he thought he killed him and he took out his knife.
Oh, that's outrageous.
No, he did not BM. He took out his knife because he thought he killed him.
Blade Storm brought in. Thrash
Yeah, he had more bullets
available.
left.
Kiko is just looking
Wait,
to
Nats?
brawl, and he has Nats
11-11.
and this is not a
Traded.
sneaky beaky
He has
lurk.
Gecko
This
ult.
is a run straight down mid play.
Oh my
Already
God.
it is ended in
Oh
an
my
even
God.
scenario.
No updraft.
Straight
Oh,
out with
big
the
kill
flash.
on Alpha.
Serial's the one to
That's
give
a
them
huge
the
kill. They have
advantage.
snow.
A really good opportunity here for Liquid to take the lead.
Oh, that's big stall. That's big
Actually
stall.
caught.
Big stall.
Luckily, Chronicle hasn't, but while he's
This
busy
lurk
defending
is the
his
only
teammate,
chance
this
Fnatic
all
have.
the way around. I'm not talking about Crashies. I'm looking at
Nah, this
Kiko on
round's
the other
over. This is
side
safe.
as Crashies falls.
I'm gonna pee.
This round is very much in jeopardy. Up the steps he goes, his timing perfect, his position unpredictable, and he's not going to go for the knife kill. Neither the ult nor the third weapon in his inventory, as Chronicle is left his own devices, looking to just carry this weapon through to the next. At this stage, the round's already gone. Team Liquid have landed themselves at 12th round, and they want to take the weapon out of his hands. 12-11, overtime guaranteed for Team Liquid. They're looking for a third map.
I think with the weaponry being removed as well, ultimates being expended quite a bit over the last couple from the side of Fnatic, this definitely puts them in a good spot. Well, they're going to see that pause being called by Milan to try and bring a little bit of semblance back into this one. Of course, your map choice and the decider of Fracture, clearly a level playing field for either side. I also have to say I love the call from Liquid. 11-11. You're on your opponent's map choice, a map you've struggled on, a map that you've not reached 10 rounds on so far this stage. Run it down mid. Blade Storm put in. Nats just sprinting through his own.
I'm muted? Guys?
Viper Orb. The fact that that ends up being what takes over the round, Serial having a decent performance there
Since
as
you guys
well.
can't hear me, don't prime sub, please. It would really upset me if you prime sub right now.
Like, this is, again, as I said, like, this is a map that you have had a horrific
I'll try to
time
fix
on. There's
it.
so
I'll try
many
to
that
fix
you look
it.
at throughout the pool for Liquid where you go, okay, this is where they come in with an advantage. This is not one of them. This has come down to just the sheer grit of the players that are on the other side. They do not want to head into that lower bracket. They do not want to risk Toronto.
Hey, it's working.
They want to get it done today.
2, yoink.
The timeout hold in for Fnatic. Mention as well for Scud.
All right, match point for Liquid.
One of the higher stakes matchups that they faced as well. The pressure on in the background and the emotions will be high watching this game.
Expedition 68.
Had their last chance to sit down with the boys. Course correct. We move into the final round of regulation. Viper's Pit online.
Look at
for
this flash.
Boaster.
It's kind of
One
cool.
away from Alpha Yair's lockdown.
I like that.
And another aggressive play from Team Liquid, just going straight in towards B. No mid split this time.
KJ ult.
Expecting perhaps an adaptation.
They both have
from
KJ
Fnatic,
ult.
But Kayak's got to play.
Oh my god, another Grimwall. Wait, they got the little man.
That's definitely going to make things a lot tougher.
That's actually
It's
big.
not
They
like
got
the other
it.
side where there's
Should they
a
plant
sage
or
wall
no?
or something to respond. The response that is there is
He's planning.
the usage.
What a
of those
Chad.
lockdowns. Plant will be found. Viper's Pit sent through.
Oh my god, did they clear that?
Camo is going to be caught. There's not really
What a
anything
play
that
by
can be
Gecko.
done
What a
that.
play by
It's just
Gecko.
whether or not they can punish him.
Alfier?
That's the thing. I mean, they can definitely get up there, but they're being slow about it. And there's a player already waiting for
He
that
cleared
swing.
everything
Camo
but that.
comes out of the ult,
How?
no longer detained.
There's no
and
way he
able to
didn't
take
clear it.
down
I thought he would for
Alfier.
sure.
A problem brewing. Crashies finds one. Viper's Pit, but they're on him. Straight on him with the shorty.
Good spam.
It's denied as Kayak tries desperately to pull
good.
this back from the
GG.
position of Kiko. It's too much to handle.
Holy fuck.
Chronicle with it all to do. A 1v2.
Nice try.
Viper's Pit.
We go map 3. Oh my god.
Serial claims the map, and we go all the way to Fracture.
It's a battle of the Titans. Two teams that are having a fantastic time over in this stage, and it is only right we head to 3 and we head to Fracture.
That was a good map, honestly. It was a close game. It was close the whole game. It was literally close the whole game. It's just sweaty as fuck, to be honest with you. It's just so damn sweaty. It's just so damn sweaty. Like, holy. New Gamba's up. New Gamba's up. Thank you guys. Check stats. Let's take a look.
We're going to come off.
I got 26. 21 from Nats. Yeah, Chronicle had a slow game for sure. He was 4-16. He brought it back. He was 4-16. He ended 11-21. It's not too shabby, but yeah, tough game. Oh, no, it's I'm kind of over this. I'd rather play something else or watch something else. No, I should order food as well, actually. What do we do while we wait? Why does the singer sound like me? What's that? Do.
Wait.
Does this guy sound like me? Isolation caved in. I adore you, the sound of your skin.
It's been a long day. We should make camp.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
We won't find Mael if
That was
we're
weird.
dead.
That was weird. I adore you, the sound of your skin. Ads. Da da da. They always say keep your talent hidden, but I don't get why they want me to keep it hidden. Like, isn't it better to show it to the world? Like, I want to share, because sharing is caring, and I care. I didn't fuck it up. Real Madrid or Barcelona? How about the Knicks game? $13.6. We'll just keep this up for now. Does it update? Does it update automatically? Oh, it does, right?
It's what you said.
Answer what?
Wait. Looks like a different species.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, Real Madrid or Barcelona? Wow, that's a tough one.
Be careful.
Let me see the rosters.
It's abuse.
Fuck. It's Mbappe versus fucking Lamine? Lamine?
Slow down. We don't know what's inside yet.
Arda Güler's on Real Madrid. They got VJ. Fuck. Is it true Bellingham is leaving Madrid, or is that a rumor? I mean, brother, I'm not gonna lie. After looking at the rosters, if you're not cheering for Real Madrid, but also Lamine at the same time, you're a fraud. You cheer for Real Madrid to win, and you cheer for Yamal to score 3. You cheer for a 4-3 in Real Madrid's favor. No? Or what? What do you mean? What do you... Which one? Who inspire? Victor, this is on you, bro. You actually set me up to get roasted. That's cringe, dude. You actually set me up to be roasted. J-Nam, no! I'm tired, brother. Bro, J-Nam is like that annoying little brother. When you tell him no, he just doesn't understand. You know what I'm saying or nah? Yo, it's been 13-6 forever, actually. What do I even do now? Watch all day? Man, you frogs are starting to get to me, bro. I miss my NA viewers. Wait, they should be awake by now, no? Hey guys, NA viewers, these EU viewers have been talking hella shit all morning, dude. I need you guys to put them in their places.
How did you find me?
There was a message at the Indigo Tree.
Do you know who left it? A message? Again.
Who plays tomorrow? Oh yeah, BBL Foot.
Not right. Maybe. No.
Inspire. Facts, baby. Facts, baby. Is it gonna start soon? You know, I would love to play GeoGuessr, but the fucking website doesn't load. It just doesn't load. Why? Abandoned trip.
Hit me.
There we go. World. There we go. It's obviously... I don't know. We're driving on the right? Wait. EU? Audi? This is Netherlands. Actually, no, it's Germany.
Yes.
Like I said, bro. Spain.
Guess we found 68's boat.
There's a path through.
That's the easy one. Poland, no?
That anchor doesn't look well made.
Kurwa? It says right there, Poland. Easy. Anything crazy with these comps? What map are we on? Fracture. They got Vice. They got Cypher. They got Neon. Brim. Teo. And they got Breach. So just Sentinel diff, huh? Ooh, looking like French? What the fuck does that say? Wait, this is New York. Am I high? Is this where I think it is? I think I'm high. Hold on. I could be high. No, this is not New York. This is not New York. This is not New York, I repeat.
It's forging something. So they have intelligence.
It's Europe. It's... Oh my god, I can't focus with the music. I'm not gonna lie, it's so loud. It's so fucking loud. Hold on. Is there a sign? Definitely Europe. Low key. This is UK? Fuck, we gotta
Expedition
answer.
81, Lenny. Huge disco.
Nah, it's not UK. Fuck. Answer. Okay, last sign. I have no idea. Kingsbridge, UK. It's UK. It is. Holy fuck.
Inside him. But the early setup looks to be a punish, potentially even a counter. Fnatic are so ready for these players pushing towards Dish.
GG.
Oh, Kayak certainly
wow.
is
Did Patrick lag out? What happened?
Not just on the Sage where he shows up, the pistol rounds are his territory. That's a triple with one from Alfier. It's all on Serial, and it's often very quickly. In zone, flawless to kick off Fracture.
That's 3 triple kills in pistols in a row.
Yes.
Like, even though they lost one of those pistols, Kayak is just so consistent with how much damage he's able to do in this round. But as said, I think Fnatic had the perfect read in this scenario. They had a full setup ready for their opponents to go into Dish. And if you're talking about teams and doing their research, it doesn't get any better than that.
You heard Gorilla ask the question as well, something to keep an eye on as the game goes on. Device, whether he would still be playing or whether it will be back over to the Cypher. Certainly a comfort zone for Nats. Looking at previous iterations of the game, this is Kayak being forced back the wall, just about saving the life of Camo, who desperately wants a close range battle.
Chronicle.
It's Nats on the classic to pick up that kill on the Bucky. Well, it got onto site for just a second. Look,
you're gonna try and use a Bucky against Fnatic. They basically invented that strat. back in the days before time, before they were Fnatic.
I think the bookie is your ally.
But yeah, well placed.
Good info.
Doesn't really want to give too much away. Of course, only with a pistol in hand at this stage, and while the rest of his team still on the other side of the map. He's also not necessarily the player you'd want to garner the additional orbs when you look at who else is left standing. Rolling Thunder, Orbital Strike, Armageddon would probably be the ultimate choice.
Yo, Turk, you still play the game yourself.
Just on a retrieval mission. The ultimate orbs, the
unfortunately,
goal.
30 seconds left.
Well, fortunately, not that much, no.
Likely just running into their deaths.
I will be playing again on Monday, though.
Cage trigger.
Back to
20 seconds left. You definitely don't want to survive
on Monday.
in this situation unless
Clearly
you're
on Monday.
thriving and winning the round. Which, as you can see, is an improbability at this point. Salvo's on their way.
Expedition 68.
Maybe just
Monday
try
or
to find
Tuesday.
Alpha
Monday
here,
or
let it take
Tuesday.
you down.
Oh my
5
god.
seconds. Time for Patatech to go running
Wrestling
forward.
NATO 17 with a 20 gifted. Holy shit.
Almost drops Crashies.
I appreciate you.
2 players on low
Goddamn.
HP. Intentional damage
Goddamn.
was there. But Fnatic secure a solid second.
He's probably the guy you really did.
What changes on Monday? I might do off day Monday and then stream Tuesday to the rest of the week.
Armageddon. Fantastic for retakes, fantastic for plant denial. It's such a high impact art on this map where you look at the sites and how tight a lot of the positions that you're able to plant in. Because everywhere else is so open, you don't really want to take that gamble.
I just want to say a huge
What
thank
this
you.
means is, okay, you still
Moving
have
abroad to study was a big change for me, and during that time, I lost my grandma. It's been tough for your streams really helped me get through. You probably don't even realize how much of an impact you've had, but I'm genuinely grateful for keeping what you're doing and he's letting me know. Yo, thank you, dude. That is a very kind message. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm sending you my love.
Weaknesses here and there.
Thank you.
For the side of Liquid, they're going to want to get an early response here.
Melancholy alone outpost.
Northside push is being watched and waited for with a high-low set of Camo and Serial. They've got this as Fnatic swing through. It's into heavy traffic. Kayak
goes through down.
There's 145 on him.
5 HP. And I think Light Shields on his friend there, who is very much in the ground. Poor Chronicle didn't even get to see them. He has been dropped. A solid opening duel.
It's full util on Crashies. Let's see. Oh,
Way through
wait,
sand
that was
out
weird,
there.
that angle.
Seemingly caught.
He looks like he got
sleeping at the wheel.
surprised,
That
yeah.
one's all too easy for Nats, and
Crashies?
sure, Crashy still survives on the site, and Kayak clings to life, but they need quite a lot here. Camo clears out the site, and the remaining players, yeah, look how low they are. The only decision is to just hold on to the weaponry. For Liquid, that's as good as it gets in terms of what they bounce back with in this third round, and very sort of patient play. It was clear they knew what the plan was from their opponent, and as they walk around the corner, they execute them.
I like seeing Boaster's cam there as well.
Big round for Liquid.
Waffling away the entire time that they're rotating off that site, using this as a mini timeout essentially to try to pad those gaps. This is a learning opportunity. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Not anymore. Not anymore. He's on his way home. But for Fnatic, this is somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know what that plastic thing is. I heard it too.
They go out with 2 rifles.
The crackling in the crowd.
That's a great position to be in.
I
think it's a good learning opportunity to see how Team Liquid were approaching that side hit. Get ready for that Camo instant blitz out. Something you're going to have to be wary of, especially when you've committed heavy to that north side crunch. South is going to be that little bit weaker.
Yeah.
And if they unfortunately push the side where your Cypher isn't,
those
Camo
are terrible.
gets a lot of free real estate. Something they'll look to combat coming into round 4. Those 2 rifles help them out a ton.
Yeah, from a single kill in the
clappers?
first 2 rounds to not a single death in round number 3. Already seeing that continuation of the back and forth. Fnatic have got to be sat there
Daniel,
thinking,
it's in
okay,
our
we could have
ears.
closed this
Okay,
on
let's
that
see.
previous map, on our choice of icebox. We also could have taken it somewhere else. We've seen the depth of map pull. They were the ones that chose to batten out Lotus, not wanting to take it there. A map that's been incredibly strong for them. Now ending on Fracture, where it really does feel like an even playing field, as if the last 2 maps haven't already. That pace is not stopping though.
Liquid certainly not coming in cold.
Oh my god, the trip. No kill?
Dangerous position for Camo, but he's safe in the corner.
Wow.
Yeah, they can't spam him out from there, and Alpha here not quite safe to go swinging in. The box is in his way.
Resmoke?
Gets a second lease of life. Normally players would be down and out in this
Really
position.
good smoke. How do you retake this?
Well, that's forcing him into an awkward spot.
This is so hard to retake, man.
Again. I mean, he is in a number of situations where he should be dead to rights.
Wow.
Third time lucky for
Camo.
Fnatic, not quite. Camo's the one taking that. Now coming through the smoke for a little
Wow.
bit more, and he'll catch Boaster. A phenomenal
Where are you
round.
going? Everyone died.
Finally meet his maker, but around the side is
Nats, nice spray. Oh my god, they still somehow almost lost. That was so close.
Team Liquid neck and neck with Fnatic.
Funny thing is that's always the problem with this Liquid squad. You feel like you're dealing with the problem when you take out Camo, but your
Camo
problems
lived
have
for so
only just
long. He did.
begun
He makes so
because
much impact.
while you're
But they kind
dealing
of brought
with
it back,
this maniac
Fnatic.
running around through smokes, Nats is sitting
Nats
waiting
and
for the
Camo,
perfect
Patty with the
moment to
last.
strike. That 1-2 punch takes the round home, and already you can start to see the
You want Icebox?
economic
Liquid one
damage
Icebox.
that has done. Boaster down to a Bulldog. The opposing side of Nats even realizing the situation.
Full
Every
contact, B
single
main.
player on that defensive side is currently sat with light shields. And guess what gun he's brought into play?
Good old outlaw, all reliable.
Outlaw contact.
Able to make it work so far.
I'm a fan.
For a target, but they're not going to be peeking. You've got traps and a camera, a smoke down right after.
You got the trip.
Gift is away.
That's big. Wait, the spot. Timing.
Sneaky spot. He's looking the wrong
Wait, he
way,
got the kill
but he
still.
still grabs
Wow.
one. That's all that you can write home about, though, is Team Liquid run riot over the site. Find themselves a plant as a result, a man advantage to play with.
What an interesting spot.
If the plant goes the way of Serial as well, that'll be the Armageddon.
Is this a full buy from Fnatic? It is. They have
The
tails.
ultimate in post-plant.
Both teams have
Until
tails.
Phil,
They
he's not
can't
in the
use it.
greatest position for it, but it might not even be needed. Crashes with the
Crashes?
trade. As said, he
Nice
carried
try,
them
bro.
last time around, but not this time. It
Chronicle's
is
been
Patatech,
saving.
the man mentioned on the other side of the screen. I genuinely, he just looks so comfortable on this map.
Thank you,
It's one
Dr.
I almost
Potato.
want to see Liquid play more just for his individual ability. Work does the stopper in this round. Anybody trying to find
Sounds like
space,
Pop
man,
Rocks, yeah.
Patatech. And while for Chronicle, his doppelganger, it has to just be the save again.
This time they're not being so forgiving. Not letting him carry that weapon through to the next. They go hunting towards the spawn for just a moment.
Paddy's got almost 6k. Why not?
Yeah. Run it down. I think they're a little too late, though. That north side push. So weapon carried forward to the next. But that's the lead to Team Liquid. And we've already seen it. Once they get going, it's hard to slow them down. Streaking together rounds. And ultimately make the difference over on Icebox. Fnatic, they don't want that to be the case yet again. They've seen this story play out before. And it will be an early timeout as they attempt.
Is it your mouth?
I think it is. I think it is. One and the same, one brain.
We're on the same wavelength. Is there more to come? Okay. It's like listening in and just get a little camo giggle at the
Get to
end.
see how the pros adjust their in-ears.
I don't
That's
mind.
good to see.
But hey, we're into a pause anyway. 3 rounds in a row, and I do wonder if it's more the manner in which they've gone. Liquid have decided, like, you know that your opponents are going to take space. You know that they're going to get aggressive and try and feel out the map and work out where you're going. So the last few rounds have been really
Fnatic
pacey.
pause?
Like just going direct into the site, not waiting.
That's 3
for
rounds
any
in
of
a
these
row,
lines.
right?
Happy
For
to
Liquid?
try
I
and
think so.
challenge Alpha Year's setup, which I'll be honest, thus far hasn't really held them at the door.
This is qualification
You
map.
already look at the
Yes.
credits that
Winner
are
goes
really
Toronto.
starting to build up on their
Loser
side, and
plays.
the fact that Fnatic now come into this one with what is likely a light buy.
Who's down there?
Liquid
Navi?
really are starting to run away with this one a little bit. The coaching staff
Navi.
of Fnatic looking to get them back on track.
Get it in early on. Too sad we've seen that from Team Liquid before. So far on the attack side, push comes to shove. Once they make that push towards the site, there is very little to slow them down.
All right. This is half 5 from Fnatic.
Fnatic will be in north side, not necessarily crunch, just a push from Arcade. 3 players going to take that space. Team Liquid faking out control towards A main.
Contact play again, same
leaving
strat.
their
But this
ice
time they
wall
droned
behind to clear
A.
that out. Slow creep
The arc.
through
Oh, he jiggled
to
him.
this big
Oh, I
site
didn't
that's
see
been left
him.
mostly open with Crashies trying to
Damn.
grab a bit of information. It comes
Kayak?
with a heavy cost. Kayak's on site. This could get dangerous. The smoke has left the planter isolated.
Oh my
but
god,
it's
he still
Kayak
got the
to pick
kill.
up Kiko. They've now found themselves in a decent spot. But Chronicle's only got a classic. I realize what I'm saying. Chronicle with a classic. It's as dangerous as anyone with an op. And with Alfier in a sneaky spot, if
He got
that,
cleared. Didn't
round
expect it.
flips on its head, but instead it is Nats
How
on
did
the
everyone
device.
else
You can
die?
question the pick,
They
but
probably flooded, right? I didn't
he's
see.
good with the rifle, I'll tell you that.
It
4
sounds like
to
it's
2.
raining. Guys,
saying is about
we gotta put those
fooling
things
someone
away.
once. Unfortunately, with Nats, you can't really.
What the fuck is happening?
So the saying is kind of null and void. Like even hiding in the corner, he's always going to check. And I think the round kind of died with Kayak. There was that attempt with the rifle, an explosive play, but it's still going to be Liquid that stabilize. And normally we talk about
okay,
they did some damage
full buy, but there's a stinger.
Right? The credits for Liquid are already in a fantastic spot. They're not really thinking about money at this stage. And Kayak, you might see the SMG. That is because he's running it down already. Looking to try and get him behind them. In fact,
wait, he got past the trip. How?
Times. Both teams, in fact, doing exactly the same thing. And
why am I watching the Brim drop smokes right now?
No man's left, but just hiding, hoping.
Bro, what are we watching?
Boaster getting destroyed. Right past one goes Camo. And he dropped in the end as Alfier finally gets his reward, but they don't know about Kiko, and they find out the hard way. It's Crashies alone. Spotted as well.
Nah, this is cooked, bro. What is going on in this game? Bro, what is happening in this game, bro? And why do they keep showing them? What the fuck is happening? Am I in a simulation?
Yeah, they stick to the paciness as well.
We're not getting the kills. I keep hearing it fucking hailing, and they keep showing me the people doing it. I feel like I'm being trolled. I feel like I'm literally like in a fucking simulation being trolled.
With a classic, you're not winning that fight. And for Alpha, yeah, well, I think there's got to be a level of frustration, because not only has a player got past you, but they managed to kill one of your teammates before you even get the trade out. That is I think that was that was Chronicle, right? So that was a lot of your util.
Man, Chronicle had a really tough time as well, because he's the second man on that main push. Yeah, Boaster getting shot in the back, not ideal. He's the second guy in the main push, and he gets blocked off by the Vice wall. So he's already had to wait that out. Then goes
Winner is
like,
qualified,
Jen. Finally here comes a stun.
Wait, what?
He's shot in the face by an angle that his teammates covering. That's got to be so frustrating. It comes down to the position of the smoke, but also the aggression coming out of Team Liquid. They are playing this like they are by far the better team. And you know what, Tom? What we're seeing so far here on the attack, it looks like that might be the case. A big challenge on the cards for Fnatic and a big investment. They've got to make a change now.
Talk about the idea of if you troll your scrims,
what does that
you've
mean?
been running it down in scrims. Liquid are running it down in the match.
Trolling
they are
qualification
look at it as well. They are grouped up, all 5 players in one spot. They're
went
not
through.
lurking. They're not playing across the
my
map. Sure,
God.
they've got utility down to watch for that, but they are just looking to send it in as a unit, pressure together.
What the fuck?
Camo stunned up, but he's up against an operator. It needs
Nice
to be
try.
the quick pick, and Kayak gets absolutely nothing. He's
They
found the
defaulted.
opener for the squad once again. The stats might not be pretty, but he is doing his job every
Remote.
time.
And even
This
Boaster
retake
went for
is
a
so
jump
hard. They have nothing for
there.
retake, bro.
Down to 36 HP, basically out of the main fight. A spam had taken down, and Team Liquid 5 versus 4. They're playing aggressive.
He goes
I'm
through,
not
he's
sure
trolling.
about this. It could be a bridge too far. Camo's picked off another though. Now
That
there's
op
no
is
need
fucked.
to go aggro. They'll let them play into their own hands, or Fnatic go and save. That might be the call. I don't know how Chronicle's going to get out of there. Smoke's
Oh
gonna
my God,
fade.
Liquid are
They're
actually,
already pushed
like-
past. Nats is dead to rights. It's a clean kill for
Oh.
Chronicle. A second, but he'll fall, and the round still falls into the hands of Team Liquid. And the same old story. Crashies left to save this weapon as the round fell apart almost before it begun.
This pace, this confidence from Liquid has been an unstoppable force so far, completely isolating Kayak, who was ready to try and find a pick, but they have been just pressuring the same position again and again, really struggling to hold on to the arcade. Even when there's been like sign for utility, whatever, they are immediately destroying it and running straight through.
One enemy remaining.
It is a Polish bulldozer.
Good job, nice direction.
It's coming straight through onto that site.
And we know what to do, boys. They haven't.
Last 6 rounds in a row. No response. They even used, I think it was the Armageddon in that round. Crashies.
Yeah, I mean, Liquid has
find a
been
semblance of something.
making the right calls. Like Fnatic cannot fight the right
I don't
place.
think I noticed it go through.
That shit is so annoying. Do something? What do you mean do something? I can't do anything about that, man.
2-0 up, 6-2 that they find themselves in now. Fnatic called a pause. No solutions being put into practice, at least. Try as they might. Nothing's worked. Throw this at the wall and see if it sticks. And speaking of the wall, the Vice wall has to be bypassed. We'll go through it on south side as
Jump
3.
the trip.
The A site's already
Again.
been lost. Trapwire activated. Good kill for Boaster. They've dodged the ult. Already a decent trade out to
Oh, what a
start
kill.
this. Kiko under pressure, but he's got support.
Wow.
He doesn't need any support anymore. That's the rifle putting in work.
Finally, we've seen Crashy's in a position where he can do some damage. They've managed to avoid him throughout. Camo, though, still looking to fight spots out. Chronicle.
It's planning for spawn.
Makes it look easy. From a 4v2 to a 2v2, and he's looking for that little bit more. They line up, but he doesn't get anything. Now it's left all on to Panic.
Crashies again. Holy fuck.
This has definitely felt like a solid map for him, but he needed to dig deep to win that round.
Yeah, man, I mean, the only
Crashies
rifle
willing
coming
them to
into
win.
it, he's able to trade out the first in main, but from that point forward, he is at a disadvantage in every fight. He's tagged up, but it just doesn't seem to matter. Oster does well at the start, but in this 4v2 that Crashy's brought them to with that initial fight, dodging the trade and then taking them out as his teammates fall.
Boys, let's go.
That might put the win back in the sails of Fnatic.
Can they
You
swing the
better
momentum?
hope it does. 6-3 at the moment. And that's the first
It's a
round
big A
in
fight,
the last
big A
7
fight.
that they've been able to pick up.
Look at the scoreboard, 11-4 for Crashies. He seems to be the man of the moment.
Big kill.
Oh, Kayak has done well. There's so many
Big kill.
through. They left them in
Good
a
fight by
trap.
Fnatic.
While the pace this time has been stopped. That's the other thing. We talk about
Alfia,
the
here's them.
mentality for Fnatic, but if they can stop their opponents from running and gunning and making their way into the sites with ease, this can become a very different half. Already a two-man advantage, but
Oh god.
Sight looking to fall.
No clear this
Nats
time.
is always careful, but
Two.
Kiko
Big.
wasn't. And now Serial, all
What's
that
up,
remains.
Dex?
Alpha, you're doing well too. I mean, there's been a couple of sneaky positions that he's just been rooted out of, dropped in early on before he can have the impact. This time he's right on that horse. Serial
Good molly.
burned
Buster.
out of that position, and he's
Coming
double
behind as well.
flanked on main.
Frank!
He's waiting for these players to overpeak in front of him. They're just waiting for their teammates to come up behind. And yeah, it might seem like a lot of commitment towards main. Ultimate's thrown through, everybody swinging in, but just like the start of Revenge of the Sith, the opening scene, you got to throw the kitchen sink at it. Try to connect those rounds together, get the win back in your sails. Now, looks like good tidings for Fnatic. If they can equalize this at the half, you can forget about the streak from Team Liquid.
Yeah, I love that bit in the film where they win round 9 and come back to that.
Yeah,
That's my favorite bit.
that's an epic moment.
6-4. Liquid still in the lead, but we've seen this already.
Fuck, sorry.
The same for Liquid in the last map. It took a big round for them to get back into the game. Nats under pressure, but still seemingly thriving within it. It's only going to be the one, but the trade immediate on the other side. Camo
Oh, wow.
once again
Where's Camo going?
dancing in towards the opponent's spawn. Chronicle.
Uh-oh.
He's tucked in.
Big.
Panitek is completely unaware. That will be a plant for Serial. Bear in mind, that is his ultimate online. Well, at least it will be
I
once
don't know
he's
if
no
he can
longer
use it here.
suppressed.
He's staying in. Could get out, but I guess he doesn't want to.
Off to play the time to play the ult. He's sitting on the side. He's tanking that utility down to 70 HP. Blinded up as well, and his teammate not quite close enough to the
He got
smoke
one
to help
somehow,
out.
I
He'll
don't know
drop
how.
after just one to pressure on to Kiko, but he delivers right when he needs
Half.
to. One picked up. Chronicle trying to stick it to half. In fact, he's going to get it all the way there. Forces the fight with Kiko. Sees he's not defusing, running this clock down. The time on
Chronicle's
his
a
side.
fucking madman.
The Red Bull clutch
He's by
found.
sticking
Team
it.
Liquid
Oh
guaranteeing
my God.
themselves a lead at the half.
Maybe a necessary one, but we've mentioned it before, their defensive side prowess when they played versus BBL. Of course, we know that Fnatic can be a different
Kiko played it
beast.
well, yes.
Never down, never out, but
Good
we've
jiggles.
seen those huge moments from either side. Kiko moving away from the duelist we
I think
saw
Chronicle's
on both
only play in
previous
hindsight
maps
would be to
onto the
push him,
Brimstone,
I want to
still
say.
having that
I feel like the
impact.
jiggles from there are too hard to beat.
Fnatic will want to try and put that distance from their opponent just that little bit lower. Kayak finally in the right place at the right time, but stunned
Oh, that's
up
terrible.
and immediately
No?
two teammates make that him as well. Gone Panitek again.
Wait,
and even
what
has a
just
little
happened?
help from Nats.
What just happened?
Alfia, well, he's a man of many moments, Mitch, but
Not this one.
are you sure?
Rolling Thunder, Armageddon online. And they're just sending it. There's no waiting around. They are going to blitz it with utility.
Dude, 8 rounds is really good for Liquid. I feared they might win.
Talk about a lead at the half. Team Liquid have worked wonders. They lost the pistol round here, Tom. But it was almost flawless from that point forward. A bump in the road, but that's all that Fnatic could put up. Let's hope the second half has a bit more promise.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Okay. This pistol round will be huge, yeah. 100%. It's like Spain. Or not. I think it might be Italy. I could be wrong, man. Fuck. Thank God. Oh, we're back. It's giving US. This is given Wyoming. Indiana.
They'll have another chance, but 2 wins in a row needed in an elimination lower bracket run with teams that are leveling up coming into this stage of the tournament.
Wow.
I'm covering map, my bad.
Where EMEA had one team. That one team was Fnatic. Nobody else was there to be remembered. Now Liquid look to break a streak of best of 3s. Within the VCT, Fnatic has never lost a best of 3
big
to Team
pistol.
Liquid.
Qualification map.
Time it might
Oh my God,
happen
the roping and crashes in the server.
would be to send them to an international event. Liquid to make both back-to-back Masters appearances, something that the organization has been building towards for such a long time, with superstar signings, heavy investments, even picking Nats out of what was one of the greatest rosters of the early Valorant years to now lead this team. They are 5 rounds away from making history in this matchup.
Uh-oh.
While making the owners of the org very happy indeed. Who stand in their way
Molly.
are the masters of the comeback.
Big
Fnatic
mollies.
to try and turn the tide.
Bro, the vice mollies are so annoying.
3K will help them out.
Winners of stage 1 last year on the ropes, 4 rounds, and a disadvantage here in the pistol. Kayak, he'd been putting up 3Ks, 3 in a row, but now he's put to bed early.
Here, right?
Damage onto Alfier in this 2 versus 2. Oh, he's almost finished off by Nats, but the wall gets in the way.
Big fight here.
Still a chance for Fnatic, but time is ticking. They need
Alfier's
to
a
force a fight. And
Chad.
Alpha successfully takes Nats out, leaves it onto Serial. He's had a rougher performance so far, but this could be his round to bury the
Alpha,
in the backs of Fnatic. But
how does he peak with so much confidence? He's so low.
The pistol
for
Fnatic,
God.
2 for 2 on this map,
Both of those
but
kills.
they're still trailing by 3.
Yeah, they needed that.
Damn,
they
that's
really
so much
needed
confidence,
that.
brother.
Bring the energy back up, but more importantly, just the distance that would have been built between them and Liquid at that stage might have been enough to put this to bed. Instead, a heroic play on low HP. And not much to be thrown into this round. I'm looking at Fnatic investing into the light shields.
Alfia the hero.
Fairly confident he can do the damage with the classic alone. A very aggressive early stack up in towards A. Looking like they're gonna wrap around the world, potentially picking up orbs as they go. Just hunting where Fnatic currently lie, but after the trip has been broken, information has been sent.
Where is Darka? Oh, fuck.
Dish completely under their control. This is a very open A site.
The Cam only saw 1 before it was destroyed. It was Camo who was spotted. Fnatic Fnatic, they're not fully aware of just how many numbers are being committed on that side. Drone sees nothing on B, but luckily they still make the call to move into this A site. Wide open.
Big swarm coming, big swarm.
It's Team Liquid. They're going to be forcing the
fight.
Actually,
Shorty.
the salvos, putting them out in the
wow.
open. There goes
Wait.
one for Nats. Not like this, surely, as Camo falls. The
that
weapon to
was
be
a big
recovered
kill.
up top is nothing
On
really
the
to
top
write
rope.
home about. Alpha here again, bailing them out of a bad situation with a quad kill. Fnatic secure this round with relative
That's what we do,
ease,
bro.
and you can thank
That's
this
what we
man
do.
for both of those.
I think back to this man's debut playing for Fnatic. He definitely was not on the Cypher. He was playing the Raze on this map. I think it was where we were firmly within that chamber meta, and he took over that duelist spot and was frying
That's
just the same.
That's what he does. He's a rebel?
The funny thing is as well, he had 6 kills in that first half. I believe he's had 6 kills in the second half already, and we're only a couple of rounds in. All of them utilizing that trusty ghost as well. That's up top.
Oh my god, he dares Jiggle
Crashies
again?
was well aware of the potential of that peak. The defense already
Yeah,
fighting
flame in.
firmly towards that south side.
They're all up
Taking a lot of
top.
control, but it's the same setup as before, just leaving Cypher utility, grouping up, ready for some sort of pressure.
What is the secret to Turkish aim? We have to sacrifice our hair for our aim.
Survive this engagement.
Wait, what was that?
The best idea. 3 players ready to fire right back and confidently swinging into main. Boaster, another player
Alpha
with a
has nice
slower
hair.
start
Don't you
when it
worry,
comes
his
to
time
this
will
map.
come.
They've just heard the walk up as well from Nats.
Nice shot.
And he will be dealt with ease. That's it. Team Liquid. They even be calling the save at this point. Patatech can even get out of here.
That means he's not in his prime if he
Smoke
still
to
has
try
his
to get
hair.
it back.
Exactly. Once his hair is gone, he's in his prime.
Problem is Alpha here.
Until then, it's
Very
warm up.
confident indeed. He's just gone to get the rifle. It runs right back out. There was a chance there. He saw Patatech toying with the idea of a peek, but that rifle much more valuable.
Why is there no player
Carry
cams
through
that come
the
back?
next.
Yeah, I think Alfie had that moment of realization of, well, I could run in while having a Vandal, but the Bulldog was willing to be sacrificed.
Yeah,
They actually
right.
gave him a
Wait, he
Guardian
can't
so
die.
could run
He's like
in.
10-0 in the last 3 rounds.
Hitting right now. And if there was anything that was going to bring Fnatic back from an 8-4 deficit, it's Alfie hitting peak form.
Yeah, feeling confident like that.
He's now top, by the way.
In fact, he's ran back, said, I wanted to push,
Chat, is it
but
true
I
that
don't
if
wanna
your
give him a
dad is
Vandal."
not
They're like, "Oh, I got a
bald, then
Guardian,
you won't
mate."
be bald
Sure.
either?
Not even a moment's thought. He's on their tail. 8-7.
True.
Team Liquid, well, this is the real danger, isn't it? We've seen these timeouts change the course of the game throughout this series. They've called another one now, panic stations with 3 in a row for their opposition. And coming into this round, it's not like they'll have a ton to work with, but Tom, you said it on Icebox. I laughed in your
My
face.
dad bald as
and I
fuck on
regretted
Coach
it
Tarek. Oh
immediately.
no.
They're good with the hero rifle.
Yeah, the thing is they don't have any ults to supplement. That's the only thing that makes it a little bit harder. Like, you go back to having a Viper's Pit on both of the previous maps. Yeah, it's like, and it's in Nats.
2 stickers.
Nats
See how
is
Coach got
probably
some drip?
one of
With
the
the suit,
smartest
yeah?
players in terms of when to use it. When he knows he'll have enough to win them around. In this case, there's not even anything particularly close. Sure, there's a lot of orbs on this map, but for Patatech to claim 3 of them, and even then, it's
Okay, 3 in a row
how
for
much can
Liquid.
you then do
I mean,
with the Rolling
Fnatic, sorry.
Thunder when Alpha
Alpha is top
hitting
fragging
shots
now.
every time anybody walks into his crosshair?
What was
It
his
makes
score
no
before the half
difference.
started?
It is cosmetic at that point. For Fnatic, it's more about momentum.
Yeah, like
I think
8-0
that's
right
why
now.
We've seen Lohan call the pause. I don't think it's
He has 6 before
necessarily
half.
to do with
Got
strategy.
8
It's more
and
so,
3.
okay, one of the best players of their amazing 2023 run, if not the best,
6
is
and 10.
currently popping off. I'm going to take a pause so he has to sit there for a minute and cool down.
Exactly.
It's a half.
Whether that's going to have
no,
effect
it's
or not is
yeah.
another thing
Tico has
entirely.
Vandal.
Early on, salvos and drones sent in to clear that A main, to stop the push. Fnatic waited out. They were very much expecting that to be the play. The main thing here is you don't want to see individuals taking fights. You don't want to see Kayak running through sand and looking for battles, because there's a lot of weaknesses, and that's why they are taking this together slowly. The thing is, they don't have a ton of control behind them. They'll probably commit to this A site.
Yeah, we've seen both teams kind of do that, knowing that the
Tough.
opposing side has that opportunity for aggression with the Neon, so they are grouping up a lot more regularly. Liquid were definitely a lot more direct with their hits. And while Bosa patiently waiting, it's not
I think he's on the teammate as well, right?
The aftershock does the damage.
I think it's on the teammate.
Machine still continuing his run of form, and Patatek,
ooh,
well, it's a nice shot, but it's only the one. Fnatic from 8-4 down have already brought it back level, and we're only 4 rounds into the second half.
Yeah, and the timeout doing nothing for Team Liquid, but this could be the round they planned for, with orbs to play for, with a rolling thunder online for Patatek, an operator coming into play
kind of bait,
as
right?
well, or at least the possibility of it. This is where the defense can look to have a real impact. Change the tide right now.
Thank you, bro.
Alpha and Omega is just the name of the groups in the league.
To Fnatic. Wind in their sails, attack side heated up.
So they got Alpha
Players
number 2 seed, Omega number 1 seed.
Hitting shots. All of these things need to be put to a stop if Team Liquid want to lock in that Masters slot.
This is the big
here
round.
now.
Camo has op on Dish.
Will be taking a rookie, taking a player that will be there for the first time. Although based on performances throughout the season, you'd not be foolish to be surprised by that factor. Especially Kayak, but he's having a quieter game so far, luckily.
Wow.
Have players to step up. That's not the man you want to lose, though. Boaster, the smokes are gone.
Wait, this is a good reposition, maybe.
Opportunities on a map like this to try and take those firefights, but they now have to try and make a decision of where they want to go, and it's straight back into the operator again.
Good jiggle again.
The only thing that they can do to cut that off is put up those flaming walls of Kayak, and they don't last very long. You got to be very precise about where they're put into play. And look how passive Camo's playing. Right there. Even around the site, you see the pings go through. Perhaps that's where salvos will land. Indeed it is, but he's got an angle around it. Stun hasn't landed on him. Nice shot. Fired with great success. Rolling Thunder gives him a third. And he's forced into the open. Eventually, he will fall, but Patatek's here to pick up the pieces. This is his map.
No, don't use it.
Try as he might to pull this back. The ult won't be put through. 11 HP. A gust of wind will take him down, and a bullet through the wall will do just the same. Team Liquid 9-8 now. They've got the lead back.
How's the next game looking? Let me see.
Camo did incredible work. You looked at the operator being brought up in the last half for Kayak.
47-27, we're getting smoked. Every time we're down 20, we win, no?
The early pick onto Boaster, the second one on a player sliding through, and okay, eventually he needed a little bit of help from the
we? Did I say we? My bad, I keep doing that.
With how much he's been frying, that ult gets turned up quite regularly. The same, though, can be said for the other side. Once more, the combo breaker is there for the side of Liquid as they'll reclaim the lead.
Suck.
Now looking, Fnatic have planned. It seems like, again, a much more direct approach. The B site open and
that emote is so good. Which one?
Anybody on the site
the
would be
Wii
in
emote?
trouble.
Oh yeah.
This might just be an attempt to sell a bit of a ruse. Definitely checking on their back. Definitely nervous.
Okay, well, what's going on here? Is this a full buy?
I think all that control on the south side of the map and the noise being made, it's an attempt to get this little bit of a push coming through
on both sides
in to Alfiair's waiting hands. But it hasn't come in because the operator's the one holding it. Now that the push comes in on the other side of the map, though, the mistake could be made. Nats could go walking forward as we should see Camel start that rotate to the other side fairly soon. Ultimate already committed.
Oh my God.
But it will be returned on Armageddon from both sides. Nats actually catches Alfiair with the late lurk. His patience wins out that opening duel. But it's traded out quickly with Patatek down and a rolling thunder committed to the site. You have to rely on that cross being held by Camo, and he's doing a wonderful job. A double, make that a triple.
Wow, Camo.
Double digits
Camo again, bro.
For Team Liquid, one step closer to an international appearance.
Oh, the second one. The second one
this year.
And while Camo,
the lurker
he has
died.
been the reason they have 2 rounds in this half. But last with the operator surviving on the site, this time his teammate gets mowed down by a bunch of utility, but he's not there. He's waiting to try and wrap back.
It's hard to deal with Neon, bro.
Moves himself to the top of the ball for
so
his squad,
fast.
and Fnatic now, they're going to pull in a pause of their own. They used the Rolling Thunder, they used the Armageddon in the last round, and now their credits also
so hard to hit him.
start to be called into question a little bit more.
Nats was on this roster in Stage 1 and Stage 2 last year when they lost a matchup to Fnatic. That was the first time that they faced them in each of the stages, and that was what ended their run. Fnatic buried them.
Did you hear about Symbol joining FaZe? I saw
was
that.
under an IGL, the next
Pretty
he was
exciting.
the IGL, and both times losing
I hope he
out.
plays well.
You can only imagine
to be
how
honest,
good this
because it'll make
feels
CS exciting to watch.
Just about
Like,
take the lead here,
even
to be
more.
so close, but he's not losing sight of the round-by-round play, a game of inches. But they are inches away from taking it across the line.
I don't think this man is ever going to doubt the resilience of Fnatic. We recently had our record beaten for most rounds in a matchup. But one that was definitely up there was a Mech versus Fnatic split.
Someone
which I
said
think
game of inches, I always
to
lose.
a literal millisecond, the difference between
0.05, I think, was it?
I don't even know. I think it was literally like 0.001 or something stupid. Like, it was as small as it could possibly be.
Oof.
Well,
He went back in.
Camo is not looking to stop. Back-to-back 3Ks,
They heard
back-to-back
him.
rounds. He is stuck in the mud, but he has some support, or at least did. Now
Nice try.
completely isolated. The utility is enough to finally find him.
Nats left on 8 HP too.
Reset.
With a good chance, a solid early fight. The wall tripped.
They re-hit,
baited
they
out
re-hit.
to start this off. Kayak's got a big
Wow.
battle up in heaven, and he's won it too. With Nat still clinging onto life. Look at the north side though. Look at the push coming through from Serial. He almost caught the spike, but it has
Oh my
managed
God.
to evade him.
Timing.
Just now went on the rope to
Wow.
South, but Patatek cleaning up.
He hears them
Kayak
all, he hears them
brings
all.
this back into the realm of possibility. Nats popping the ult, he's 8
Oh,
HP though.
interesting.
Even the pistols could take him down.
He delayed them so hard. Good
He has to be
ult.
careful, but what he has done
What
is
a good
bought
ult.
time for Serial to reposition, to set up,
Rockets?
to deny this main aggression.
That was the goal.
Good Rockets.
Doesn't
Good
want to allow
stall. He has
them to
stun now.
cross.
What the
They're gonna
fuck?
do it when they don't have the guns.
That was illegal, no?
30 seconds, they're now going to make their move. Nat's incredibly low, already dealt with. Panatek isn't much healthier. It feels like a lot of this is going to come down to what Serial can do on this
Serial.
cross. First goes his way, but
2v2.
he's also tagged. The HP firmly
They're out.
in the favor of the
12
Fnatic
seconds.
players as they
1-5.
finally make their way towards the site. But as one of them is planting, the swing is going to come out, but nobody connecting.
Crashies
Crashies will find
again.
both. They might have been injured, but he had to correct so quickly.
Crashies again and again and
him most.
again.
Oh, a huge
Time
fight.
after
They
time
knew that the plant
again.
had to be stuck. Most likely
Ah,
would
nothing
be.
more
So
poetic
you've got
than
a
NA
2v1
carrying
there,
you.
And they even try to bait out the bait and switch doubled up, but it doesn't work. He's able to adjust for both kills here. Down to 51 HP in the end, but it's enough to bring them one step closer to Team Liquid, one round away.
It was Boast that he was defending. Of course he was going to win. We should have known that. The bromance in full force. He was never going to let Boaster fall.
This guy said, bro, these observers need to practice a little more in costumes.
10-9.
I know he meant customs,
It
but
has
he wrote
been a back and
costumes.
forth
It's funny.
series all the way through. Well, see you later, Nats. The anchor of this B-site, with his utility still down on the ground, is going to find absolutely nothing.
Is he going to use the ults?
It's primed. That orbital strike, the stun in
Wait.
as well. It's perfect.
It
Can
works.
Ghost get out? No, he can't. A lovely
Wow.
combo of the Brim and Breach. That'll be enough to make things even.
Yeah, has ulti.
Planted.
I don't know if we'll see it. The rifle should be enough. Camo's looking for an opportunity, a pick to be had, but nothing offered up. If he had his ulti, it would be popped. But he's going to have to do it with the operator instead. Crashies
Big
on
pick.
another one. It's a wall bang through to Kiko.
Oh!
Serial!
How did Kayak die?
And the tap there, putting pressure on. Someone has to swing, and
Wait,
it's
what?
Alfier to do it, but now the picks go the other way. It's all onto Chronicle.
Oh
The clutch
my
needed,
God.
and it will not be found this time.
Oh
Team
my
Liquid
God.
Fight right back, round for round, as they go up to 11. Desperately close.
How
to
did they
taking
win this
across
round?
the line,
Wow.
but Fnatic's economy won't
That's
be
a
broken
big
just
round.
yet. They're not out of the woods on the Team Liquid camp.
How does Camo managed to do the things he's doing? Like running into the site with an operator, finds a gonna player running towards him, dives in to steal the rifle, and then flips back
Well,
and
he
gets
ran
the
in and
last
killed
kill as well.
Crashies.
He is having a game and a half.
Wow.
I think, well, Patatek
Good
might be
energy.
very excited at the
The
potential
coach
of
is back in
joining
his notebook.
his ex-teammates in Heretics.
They
They're the
forced?
squad to make
High
it
five.
through earlier in the day. Already.
Oh! Neon alone.
A few pieces missing, but it doesn't
Wait.
seem like it. An immediate
What
pop
a
of the ult wasn't
clapback.
even the party
They
piece
got
of the round.
owned.
Alpha has popped 2 heads, and that's it. It's done. 10 already for Fnatic.
Wow.
That is
Alpha got mad, yeah.
blink and you'll miss it round. The attempted push of B main out of the defensive side is met with an immediate shutdown.
Alfia thought we forgot about him for a second. That was what it was. He was like, did I just hear the word camo?
Oh, man.
So 24,000 viewers in chat is moving this slow. Tell me your review botting. Tell me your review botting.
Under pressure, trying to defend this weapon, and they need it.
Fuck.
Yeah, we
I
mentioned
don't have the
that,
energy to get
Fnatic,
mad.
they won't be down and
Fuck
out of
it.
it economically. The only player that had a disadvantage was Kayak, but he had his ult to fall back on. That might not be quite the Blade Storm, but in his hands it might even be better. Being able to
Everyone's
slide
chilling, bro.
around and laser
I mean,
beam you. And for Team Liquid,
I actually met someone the
not
other
same
day who
boat.
recognized
if they lose
me.
these weapons, that's going to be a big
We
disadvantage
actually
for the
asked
next
him,
round.
like, does he chat? He
For
said he
now, at
doesn't
least,
chat. A lot of people just
holding
lurk.
on tight. The stun already
A
subsided.
lot of people just don't
Won't go
chat
down
because
to
they're
the
just chilling.
utility. Now it's just a formality. Weapons carried through. A full buy possible for Team Liquid. And one final hold for this squad. That is nasty.
I barely caught it.
Me trying to hide the fact that there's Vbot? No, I'm kidding.
Well,
I don't think there's Vbot.
The
Well,
pause comes through once
no,
again.
I don't think there's Vbot.
I feel like a broken record, but it really is ludicrous how much impact we've seen from the coaching staff on either side in this series. It seems like the game can spin on a dime.
Did I get my hockey jersey yet? Not yet.
Liquid managing to have an incredibly effective first half, even after the early start that was there for side of Fnatic. Oh, well, there hasn't been a player within the server that hasn't had a round. It really is a hard-fought victory, whichever way this goes. And that is the sort of terrifying prospect, is you then talk about the turnaround time, the immediate reset that whichever team that loses need to have to head into that matchup versus Na'Vi, and you better bet everything you have that the Na'Vi players are sat there watching, taking
Why doesn't Terry
notes,
stream on
picking
YouTube as
apart
well?
everything you're
That's
doing.
one thing I've
Angel and Happy is the 1-2 punch
yeah,
of
like multi-stream.
the
I
big
could. I don't know.
brains along that team. So it really is a brutal.
I kind of passed up on it, but I
thing
could
to
do
be
it.
What could
I
be
think.
1 or 2
It's
rounds
easy.
away from Toronto, straight back into a series versus a squad known for some of the wackiest stuff you'll ever see in
Why shouldn't
Valorant
you?
history.
I guess that's the real question. Why wouldn't I?
Toronto awaits for one. The other still has a fight.
And remember, like you brought up, Tom, Team Liquid never able to take a BO3 off of
10-11.
Fnatic
In VCT.
in VCT.
Wait, really?
I mean,
They,
it was coming.
wait, is Fnatic 11-0 versus Liquid?
What a time it would be to reset it in a match like this. It's not quite elimination. It's not quite revenge for stage 1 and 2 last year. But it will taste just as sweet to lock in those flights ahead of Fnatic and watch them play that double
0-3.
lower bracket matchup.
Actually buy. Like, it looked like
In
they had the
BO3s,
credits
I
to do
see.
so with the 2 guns saved, but they've taken a lighter purchase. But they do still have one ultimate online and the other close. Immediately straight through the ultimate.
Oh,
Well,
no.
that's about as easy as a kill is ever gonna get. That was
not
a
good.
bit of a mistake. That was
He got hit
Crashy's
by the
ult he
tail
tried
ult.
to get through, didn't make it. Look, because Serial's about to throw his into the mix. Basically
Swarm.
executed his own teammate, sent him to his death, and handed Nats a rifle, who's
Wow.
now chasing after Boaster, looking to run it down. Crashies has
Alfier?
to rectify.
Oh,
Manages
no,
one.
he got
Serial
classic.
wins the battle with the classic. This could be match point for the side of Liquid.
They got
barely
eco'd.
invested.
They
There's
got
only a few
eco'd.
guns into this round, and at this stage, there's nothing the Chronicle could do. Just goes to try and fight, but it's too little,
They
too
got
late.
eco'd.
12 to 10, Liquid, 1 away.
They got eco'd.
What have I just witnessed? That round was a crazy idea from Fnatic to get aggressive like that. Kayak looked like he was surprised there's a player there. Well,
Over
he's not
aggressive
gonna be in
versus
the ult, is
pistols,
he?
I guess.
It's more the fact that I don't.
My wall worked when it has to work now. With perfect timing.
Just getting
down the
crammed
rest.
behind it. And he even chases him down. That was the thing. He knew that the player was
Kayak trolled
isolated
so
because
hard.
of it.
I'm sure that was a set strat for him to run
That's a
spawn.
mistake in a round that could
It just
massively
sucks that he got
cost
hit
them.
by
I
a
don't know if they were
Feywolf. He
playing
fucked the
off
timing up a
element
little
of
bit.
surprise, but the only person who looked surprised was Kayak. Maybe the direction of the ult caught him off. Maybe he thought they were going to be pushed towards him. I'm not
It's a
sure,
big
but we
breach
have
ult.
to move on.
Even tanking the damage, getting
Here
through
we go.
the surprise.
No
screen.
way, the timing is
But this time,
insane.
Kayak has been able to find the opener. Crashes in the corner, though, caught off. The ultimate doing the
Big
work.
trade.
Chronicle immediately trading
Holy
things
shit,
out.
he's so
Although the
fast.
weapons were weaker, he's now found an upgrade.
Alfier.
This is his
Brim
moment
is
to
here,
step
Brim is
up. He's
here.
found one, but not ready for the second. Kiko
Wait, this
drops
round is
him.
on.
The fallback for Main a little
This round
quicker
is
than
on.
expected. And the 4v2,
Wait, Nats might close it out. Oh, they're running. He's running A.
Now
Never
put
mind.
into question. They fake the steps. No, it's a
Tough.
full rotation to the B site. No, they're going to trip the wall.
Wait, they're going back
That's the
A.
idea here.
They're
Give them
overthinking
fake
it.
information and then go on the rotate back, and it's
Wait,
working.
Nats is coming.
Nats
Is Brim
already
coming?
leaving. Kiko is sitting
No.
on the site.
Wait, they might
Either
overcook.
way, it's going to be an
Oh no,
isolated
Nats is
fight, but
reading
he's
it.
realized
Oh
great
no, it
read
might be
from Nats.
overcooked.
No one's there. This is a fake.
Oh
The
no.
man, the MVP
30 seconds left.
of kickoff. It's going to be under
It
pressure.
might be
Still
overcooked.
plenty of flashes, stuns, a Molotov as well.
Low
In
key
order
would have
to
been
strike
sick if
one
they got
away
the
at
wall
most
out
to
and
get
just
the
waited and
kill. It
re-hit
feels
B.
like the round is already
Hindsight,
sealed.
of course.
As Kiko sits in this back corner, it's not necessarily checked on, but even still they dance
Oh, it's
past.
still on. Good job. Good space by the Neon. Was that Neon?
The side of
Who was that?
Fnatic.
Holy
One
shit.
round the difference, OT or Toronto for Liquid.
Well, previously in some of these rounds, Tom, you've seen Fnatic win and get loud. Posters being stood up, shouting across the stage. The vibe different now. They're sweating, realizing that this is slipping
Oh my
out
God,
of
the
their
trades.
grasp through their fingers. And that's exactly it. Focusing up for the final round, knowing that Team Liquid will be a little bit shaky. There's weaknesses here.
Vice ult,
They'll
Grim
look to
ult.
exploit them. Nats's ult could bridge the gap.
They have 4 on A.
I think
Oh
that's
my
why
God, it's a
Camo is
big
the
fight.
rifle. One kill, he gets his ult. Maybe he can juggle that off. Instead, he's going to be up front, even setting up a stun. They're looking to try
Rockets?
and just put him
No.
into position. But after the initial denial, nothing found by either side. A stalemate.
Yeah, but this disadvantage goes to Team Liquid here. They're keeping 4 players towards this side of the map, and Fnatic have to re-aggress. They're going to do so with less of that punchy utility. Deep flash, orbital strike put into play, though. That's going to force them
Wow,
forward.
they pushed
It
them
forces
forward.
Camo into their waiting arms. He couldn't get out of there and had to go in deeper. The stun is perfect from Kayak. Sets himself up for success, and the round
Ooh.
should be theirs. Serial, he had a shaky start to this map. And a challenge to recover
Nats,
it all.
1v2.
It's just Nats. One success. Force them
Wow,
forward.
they pushed
It
them
forces
forward.
Camo into their waiting arms. He couldn't get out of there and had to go in deeper. The stun
Ooh.
is with less of that punchy utility. Deep flash, orbital strike put into play, though. That's going to force them
Wow,
forward.
they pushed
It
them
forces
forward.
Camo into their waiting arms. He couldn't get out of there and had to go in deeper. The stun is
Ooh.
perfect from Kayak. Sets himself up for success, and the round
Ooh.
should be theirs. Serial, he had a shaky start to this map. And a
Ooh.
challenge to recover
Nats,
it all.
1v2.
It's just Nats. 1v2, an ult to be used, to be put into play right in the final round.
He pushed them back.
That's going to delay the push.
Yeah, they have time.
He hears
They
them.
didn't need to run it down into the site. They didn't need to take the fight
Holy fuck,
without
Nats
their
Masterclass?
weapons.
Game point?
Maybe he thought they
Oh
were
my
more
God.
committed than they were. and
They have to
because of
time the
that,
walls together,
they're able
no?
to fall
Otherwise they
back
get split
and
up.
Look to refight this.
All still in play. Razorfine's still there.
They have to do it together, they know. But the
known it's
Molly's
there,
there. But the
They've known
Molly's
it's there
there.
every single time. But Nats has already repositioned. Chronicle's going to get isolated though.
Oh no!
Maybe thinking it was a little bit deeper. And now 15 seconds. There's not really any time for Boaster to run it back. But he ran the shot anyway. IGL, the IGL. Boaster keeps them in the map.
Wow,
What
brother.
a time to step
Wow.
up to the plate.
Damn.
The time could have solved the problem for
Oh
them.
my
The
God,
razor
bro.
vines, the walls set up perfectly.
Holy
And he was there
shit,
just in time to
dude.
catch them. Serial gave them that chance.
Holy shit.
You've not seen that side of Boaster for
Holy
some time, if at all. Fnatic,
Wait, the
they've
coach
dug
raged.
deep when
Why
they
the coach
needed
raged?
it most. And now, overtime locked in.
You would have bet your house on Nats from that position.
Was that happy rage?
Boaster
Let's see.
stuck behind a
On
wall.
the
You look at the
side?
scoreboard and You'd believe that.
Oh my God,
that was
dude.
it. That was Liquid going to Toronto. Instead, it's OT. The climb back from 8-4 down, the climb back from 12-10. Fnatic have been on the back foot all the way up until now.
Wait, it's
This is
overtime.
where they do their best work.
Started so fast,
Both
bro.
players stunned. Actually, a somewhat isolated Kayak. He has support from Boaster, but it's a little bit further behind.
Kayak.
He needs to find a fight, and he gets it.
Kayak is so good, dude.
Leaded from the round, indeed. Coming from the smokes, though, is Kiko to level the playing field. Chronicle manages to answer back north side. Late flank coming in. Very late indeed, and that's why Fnatic pumped the brakes. They've got the advantage.
Are they aware
They're
of
gonna
this
let
flank?
these players crash.
They're not aware,
and Alpha
maybe.
here.
They're not aware, maybe. They're not aware, maybe. Tail?
Not wanting to go up the rope and into heaven.
No,
They're
they are
waiting for
aware.
a peek. They're waiting, knowing Team Liquid will look for information.
They heard him.
And knowing their utilities
Big.
coming online soon. Both
How
come
do
into
you-
play at exactly
Nice
the right
try,
moment.
wow.
And with Panic
Oh my God,
falling,
Fnatic might win now.
the round is there
Oh
for
my
Fnatic.
God. It's a
Boaster's
roller
on his
coaster.
feet again.
Holy
They
shit.
were just
It's a roller
moments,
coaster.
seconds away from defeat.
Kayak
From
moves so
watching
fluidly, he
Liquid
does.
break the curse of BO3s in VCT, book their tickets
Damn.
to Toronto. And instead,
Dude, I
it's
can't believe
Fnatic
that clutch was
who are
crazy,
close to
bro.
filling out those forms.
That clutch was
one
crazy, bro.
round
10
away.
seconds, you fucking two-shot him.
And while if there wasn't,
They can't believe it,
If there
dude.
wasn't already
They
a
can't believe the
back-breaking
situation
round
they're in. They're
throughout
so
the
happy. Holy
entirety
fuck,
of
they
this
can't believe
map.
it. They can't believe it.
seems like maybe round 24 was the one.
Oh, God.
One round is all that Fnatic needs to book that spot. It's been a turnaround since kickoff. Not the performance they were looking
Team Liquid,
for.
any fight?
Crashy's rise to prominence. And Kayak, no doubt,
Map
becoming one of the
qualification
best
to Toronto.
duelists we've seen in the league.
Oh my God, it's an A-pop and he's
The
alone on
Liquid still
site. Is that
stand in their
Nats?
way.
Nats alone on site.
Let's not be silly. This has been a back and forth
Nats
series all the
solo
way
on
through. This
site.
is not done until one wins by 2.
Okay, they got the wall and the molly. They've rehit?
Team
They've
Liquid
rehit.
still have 5
They
players
do
standing.
rehit. Now
Most of
they
which
do.
towards this
Team
A
Liquid have
site, but
no
they're
info.
sending
They're
2
so
back to
fucked
B.
right now, it looks like. Let's see the hold.
Fnatic have pumped the brakes.
They have
to
no
great
info,
effect.
Liquid.
They've baited out the wall.
They're all stuck spawn as well.
Didn't push on the back of it. 50 seconds on the clock. Rotate comes back
Boy,
in.
good stun.
4 players here to work with. Stuns go
He
through.
found the gap.
So do the salvos, but Nat still has a safe angle. They
Op.
might not expect that.
Op.
They've seen him now.
Op.
Boaster and Chronicle
Big
finding
kill
2.
here.
This could be it. The final
Oh.
domino set to fall.
That's-
Team Liquid dig deep with Panatek on 1, but he's
Oh, Camo.
immediately traded out. It's Camo who has to find success. The spike
Oh,
right in front of
Camo.
him. And now
They
on
heard
the
him drop.
floor,
They heard him
Alpha here
drop.
has to move
Oh my
back
God.
to
Oh
get
my
it.
God.
Camo in his way.
Op.
Boaster and Chronicle. Rotate comes back
Boy,
in.
good stun.
4 players here to work with. Stuns go
He
through.
found the gap.
So do the salvos, but Nat still has a safe angle. They
Op.
might not expect that.
Op.
They've seen him now.
Op.
Boaster and Chronicle
Big kill
finding 2.
here.
This could be it. The final
Oh.
domino set to fall.
That's-
Team Liquid dig deep with Panatek on 1, but he's
Oh, Camo.
immediately traded out. It's Camo who has to find success. The spike
Oh,
right in front
Camo.
of him. And now
They
on
heard
the
him drop.
floor,
They heard him
Alpha here
drop.
has to move
Oh my
back
God.
to
Oh
get
my
it.
God.
Camo in his way.
Oh my God.
Oh
Oh my God. Holy fuck.
Right from the depths
Wow.
of defeat.
2
We've
1v2s
talked
determine the
about this
game, dude.
roster and their
2 1v2s determine the game. Oh my God.
The history of this squad.
Holy fuck, man.
2023, they made their name. Go back to lock-in where they were dead and
That's
buried
awesome.
and came back to win
What
a
a fight.
title. In this series, there's been multiple moments where it looked like they were done. It looked like the bleeding was too severe.
Oh
with
my
Liquid
God.
pushing them all
Liquid
the way to the limit.
choke?
And I'll give credit to
I don't know if
Yinsu.
it's
She said,
choke.
well, there's a 13
I don't know
to
if it's choke.
13
It was just
11.
close
This
game.
one has to end in overtime. God damn it, she was right again. There's a reason she's on the analyst desk, but dear Lord, I think everybody on that stage was sweating.
That was a good match.
The problem for Liquid is they now have to get back up tomorrow and do it all again.
That lower bracket run is going to be tough, and knowing they were
Fnatic going to
seconds
Toronto.
away from success. Fnatic faced defeat. They stared it in the eyes and managed to bounce back as only Fnatic could in a series, in a round. Everything can change when Fnatic are on the stage, and they've done it again.
I think as well, you look back for the coaching staff, the changes that were made by this roster.
Damn, we got the whole fucking
the
squad out
gambles
there,
that
bro.
were taken.
They got the whole
Putting the
fucking
assistant
squad.
coach into the main role, bringing in a new guy, bringing in a guy from across the pond as well. But everything has paid off for Fnatic. They are back on the international stage where they belong.
That's hype. That's hype.
Now
That's
look
hype.
to fight versus the rest of the world, and that's the thing. With the resilience they've shown, with the pauses taken at the right moments, and still that extra little bit of flair.
Man,
And then add into
that
the fact
booster
that
clutch.
you have their IGL
Oh
winning the
my
rounds.
god. I can't believe it. I thought it was done for sure. Once the guy ran out past the wall, died in the molly, the wall's up. I thought it was GG.
That's got to be one of the greatest qualification games we have ever had in VCT EMEA. Now, FNS, do not turn off your stream. Boaster and Crashies will be joining me and Kakuka in just a moment. And I just want to make sure he doesn't miss it. But of course, Kakuka, that you have to feel sorry for Team Liquid, but that series, I think we almost manifested it. It always delivers.
What a match.
And it continues
What
to
a
deliver.
match.
I absolutely love what we saw today. I think that up until the last moment, you could feel that any of the teams could win. The resilience that we've seen from Team Liquid, bringing it back on Icebox. The same
The
thing
1v2 in the end as
Fnatic.
well.
They have a brilliant
Oh
start in
my
that
god,
second
Liquid are
half
so
of pressure.
tilted, man.
Things starts going on the Team Liquid side. You have massive plays by Camel, by Zero, by Nats, who had an incredible series all throughout. And then when it matters the most,
Oh my goodness.
Boaster stands up, and Alpha is the one saying, "Sit down, we need to defuse, defuse, defuse."
I like that strat. It's like,
I'm literally shaking.
honestly, if Alpha has to defuse
Can we
every
rewatch
time,
the
then he
Boaster
cannot
clutch?
stand up. Therefore, they
I mean, we
cannot
could, but
throw
it's
the
already
next
lived it,
round.
bro.
I do think, we spoke about some of the
We already
players
lived
that
it.
needed to step up. It was the Kayak and Crashy show all day.
Yeah.
GG, well played. Fnatic, congrats on qualification. They've done it. Now we just need one of these Turkish teams to make it, but it's not going to happen, bro. I'm not going to lie. I need Foot to make it, but I think Liquid's going to make it. I think Liquid is the clear favorite down here. Tragically enough, I think Liquid is looking the best. This seems like it felt like a match where like it's about who's going to make it there first. I feel like it will be an upset though. It's possible. It's playoffs. Anything's possible. Don't count these guys out. The rest of them at least. That was fun. That was fun. Okay, chat. I'm beat. I didn't sleep that well. I'm going to call it here. We will be running it back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow. I hope you guys had fun. I appreciate you watching. If you want to watch the rest of the interview, please go check it out. They got Boaster and Crashies coming on. But thank you guys for kicking it. I'll be live tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific. So we got some big games tomorrow. Elimination matches. And some Turkish versus Turkish violence. Well, I'm cheering for a Foot. I'm cheering for a Foot in the lower bracket, honestly. So let's see what happens tomorrow. But with that being said, thank you guys. Love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to run some ads. You don't have to watch them. See you tomorrow. Love you. Peace.